Okay, so that brings us to a mostly full table and realizing that most of my cameras are not where they're supposed to be. All my microphones. So I have one over here so I can actually be seen on stream while I'm talking to players who are actually playing. But don't. Otherwise it's just, here's the side of my head. And I do the same with a microphone that picks up my directional mic. Probably be good if it was actually pointing at me. Don't you love remembering all these little steps?
There's a lot to do.
There is. And so, well, hey, apparently I am advertising my laptop make at this stage. You get that sometimes. Okay, so yes, we are up to session number, I wrote in my book so I wouldn't have to remember. So Phase 3, Season 1, Episode 12, or session number 101 out of 250 games for this group. Since this group started playing games on a Friday fortnightly.
Woohoo!
And we've arrived at Runeth Manor, I wrote down.
You did?
Which is inhabited by a shadow dragon and looks like some rich person's place.
It does look like
that's what I'm noticing.
Looks like a very rich person's place, but probably not the nicest rich person, considering their pathway is paved with human skulls.
Yep.
Okay, that's right. I left that detail out.
Their taste in decor leaves a lot to be desired.
But it does fit the Troldaran theme of reuse.
What is this Zal's uncle?
No, different one this time. But yeah, similar tastes.
Could be another uncle, considering Chauvel the Paladin is turned out to be her cousin.
Okay. That Cheval's a genocide. Okay.
Yep. Because each of the races can have the Genasi appear amongst them as if they're that race, but they just live a lot longer.
Okay.
They mature as fast as the other members of the race. It's like the changeling just perfectly fits in.
Look warily at the skulls we're walking on. They are actually skulls. They're not like a carved stone or something.
I know, they are actually skulls.
So I can break them if I step on them too hard.
Cheaper
can,
that
yes.
way.
Okay. Try to be respectful.
It's probably cheaper just to pave them with actual skulls.
Well, besides, if you break enough of them, you might be used to replace them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't really want that.
No thanks.
They did warn that those who come here can, stay forever.
I tread carefully.
How many did you break before you tread carefully?
When I realise that they are in fact skulls, that's when I, if I can sort of step between them or step on the side or something.
Well, you can walk
I'm
on.
not flying like some people.
Is it like roof tiles? Just step in the middle so you don't crack them? Is that how this works?
Sort of like that.
But I think the peak of the skull.
Well, technically, they can withstand the weight of a person as long as you're not attempting to smash them. Just like most tiles that you walk on, standard tiles will accept your weight until you hit them with something heavy like a hammer.
Well, I'm definitely not hitting anything heavy with a hammer.
Or a T800.
That would also be fairly heavy. But of course, why you want to hit it with a giant robot? Would be worse if the giant robot was hitting it, but hey, if you're hitting it with the giant robot, it's a completely different matter. Let me swing my Terminator at you. Of course, if your character has that in his bag of holding, we might all be worried. So, with today's game, we have top of the list today is Ross.
Yes, I am playing the lovable pirate Yodri. This swashbuckling, well, no longer a nanny, which is good. Now trying to work out how to get back onto getting into one of those gnomish flying machines. I want to go back in the air again. At least I got one part. I can now get drunk because that's the only way I can fly those damn things.
The unfortunate thing is, most of them got burnt to a crisp.
Yes. Since there's now, was it, the bloody elves ships flying around nuking everything and...
The Alphatians were planning on carpet bombing your region of the world.
Oh.
and the parties had managed to, between the three of them, arrange for a few devices of mass destruction to appear on their capital, wiping out their entire fleet of flying vessels.
Well, they were going to do exactly the same thing.
That they weren't going to do the same thing. They were going to systematically destroy every settlement in the region.
Yeah.
Not just take out the flying capacity.
Yeah, was it Meteor Storm on everything?
Yeah.
Well, they do have a council of wizards who are over 20th level and 1,000 of them.
Okay.
So if they all join into the war effort, there's not much hope everyone else has of stopping them if they're doing it from above.
Mm.
Do they get along and agree this council of 1,000 plus level 20 wizards?
No, they don't get along.
That's the reason why they haven't...
Good.
It also didn't help that the general of the Alphatian army was telling everyone we shouldn't go to war, whereas the clerics of the Goddess of Peace were telling everyone we should go to war.
Time to fight.
Yeah, okay.
As I stated before, and I'll state again, gods be crazy.
And the general was
Yeah,
the wife of the Empress.
I'm with you on that one.
So when the general who was the wife of the Empress was then murdered by emissaries from the nation they want to carpet bomb, it became very murky as to who was actually responsible. So having their entire armada burnt to the ground meant that a lot of angry people didn't just come flying over and wipe people out before. It just said it's one of the few things that the dragons would not be able to stop.
Yeah, okay.
But the dragons have gone away, so they're not actually stopping other things at this point.
I know, everything's going to pot.
It is a convenient time for a lot of bad things to happen. Which then brings us along to Gary. I have so many people with so many different names, I keep getting them wrong, so that's why I wrote them down, Gary.
I am playing Ant on the Cursed Treladaran Warlock, on the run from the authorities in Treladara.
Yes, because Karamikos doesn't exist because they're a subjugating state, even though they've been there for 40 years now.
Mm. Yeah, it doesn't mean that they should stay there. We've got to get rid of them.
But they did build
Freedom and
roads.
justice for Treladara.
Well, Treladara didn't exist as a nation. They existed as a series of interwarring tribes before they were overtaken.
But we have traditions.
Try being halfling. Yeah, our traditions no longer exist.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Your language no longer exists. You still have traditions.
Yeah.
And you do have quite a few interesting traditions.
Yes, let's cook a dwarf.
Yeah.
Which brings us to Izzy.
Hey, I'm playing Samir, the winged angel covered in rainbows and who has a wand of fairy floss right now, so just happy and learning to just experience life.
Well, imagine hitting someone with something so sticky it holds them in place but smells like sugar. And even if you try to bite into it, your mouth gets stuck.
I think the way I'm just going to deal with problems from now on is just like cover them in fairy floss and then summon ants.
The moment we're in a place that's
Issue resolved.
really dark.
Did somebody say problems?
I believe we did say something along those lines.
I have a wand of fairy floss.
So,
I've got a jar of dirt.
next online we have is M.
Puppy must have been naughty.
Yeah.
Sorry, trying to get to my mute button, and yes, Puppy is also trying to get into food. Hello, speakers. Here's your thing. Sorry, what was that introduction? I'm Zal, your ever-wonderful cleric wizard. I have my armada of pets, who I am currently riding my most troublesome horse. Wonderful horse, Artemis, because I got in a bit of trouble with him. because I did not pay him attention for a little while, and he doesn't like us. And yes, we are currently concourse across a bony path to probably certain doom, but you know.
And to help with that, we have a player back again after a bit of a break, David.
Look, I might not be doing but definitely there. You have to remind me.
Well, you keep coming in and out there, David, and I believe this was your bard who got drunk and disappeared for a while.
Polymorphed into the Duke, didn't he?
I'm not sure he polymorphed into the... Oh, he did, but that got undone.
Oh, it's Roy.
Yes.
I'm David. I play Roy.
I believe he's currently...
Sorry.
And I believe you're currently mobile travelling, which counts for the cutting in and out.
I do apologise, yeah, this isn't going to be Brad, but I thought I'd come in. Yeah, Roy Silverfeet is the definitely not troublesome, not full of morphe, definitely not an assassin bard.
Bard, not an assassin, right? I'll write that down.
Go.
Sorry, what was the character's name?
Koroi. K-O-R...
K-O-R.
O-Y?
K-O-R-O-I-T.
Oh, okay, cool.
Alright,
Yeah, okay.
okay.
Well, obviously I spell it incorrectly.
Good.
Because I put a Y on the end the entire time.
Yeah, I just call him Kilroy because that's my halfling accent.
My apologies, K-O-R-O-I.
Oh, okay.
Okay, let's see if I actually still have a version of you in my log.
Yeah, just look for the white portrait with the nothing in it.
Do you shine, is he? 'Cause I was thinking this is a really dark...
Also, I do apologise for just randomly dropping it.
Does anyone shine or have light on them? Because this is
Welcome
a really
back.
dark place. It's sort of like it's going to look a bit strange. Or stand out.
Look, I periodically have little flickers of lightning crack across the skin and stuff like that, but otherwise...
Sounds like you're more like a wild mage.
Storm!
Cheval had the sun had the bulb beam of light falling.
Yeah,
on him.
Cheval's the giant beacon of flame.
Yeah.
Yes, no, I'm a
That
storm
is
sorcerer.
turn today.
So,
Oh.
every time I do anything
So
magical
don't get angry.
No, angry is bad.
So that means we've got two players that have got really bad tempers.
I mean, not too long ago I had a temper that turned me into a giant hulking vampire monster.
Yeah,
That
I saw that.
that got taken away. That was sad. That was fun.
It was interesting to see what was going to happen with that one. Okay, so...
Sadly, I failed my save and didn't get to continue being the Hulk, but still.
Yes, then you became the Sulk.
That's okay. We'll find another way.
Okay, just trying to give a decent picture for our bard.
Has the bard managed to track down his long lost brother?
It literally doesn't matter because he can be anyone.
Well, that's why I was going to get you an interesting picture.
You may as well just put up a picture of the Pokemon Ditto.
I'm sure you can get a better picture than that. Actually, which chat was the AI drawings put into? Was it this week or last week's?
No, I put it in the Friday group last week, I think.
Yeah.
I wonder if I can just find something that's just a bard with Ditto's blank face on it.
Probably.
Okay, so almost up there. Because David hasn't been in since I lost my previous setup because of the wonders of technology. That will give him something on there for a moment. So he now has a bard, which unfortunately for where the diamond drops has this glowing thing in his forehead. Which would have been perfect for seeing he has something magic about him. But that was unfortunate for that.
You all briefly blink, and then suddenly, no matter what's going on, there is a gem in his forehead.
Oh, God. You're not going to turn into a big demon, are you?
This
Not
session,
today.
This session or next? And while I'm doing that, I'm going, hey, I forgot to update the numbers on my stream. Always fun when you go, whoops. Okay. So yes, all the numbers are finally updated. So, bringing you up to where we were, we had, making sure that's not something I need to follow, nope. We have travelled to the northern reaches again after many interesting things away from it, which is amusing because this is where Koroi had been when they left him last time.
Okay.
He went
So
left
he's
when they
waiting
went
at the
right.
front here, was he?
So apparently he'll be also coming up the path as you do.
Okay. Who's that?
And you're here to talk to the lady of the manor, which I'm sure that Koroi will rather mimic than talk to.
Oh, that's right. He's got the mimic's feet or whatever.
He's definitely got something.
Well, I could look like Koroi, but I can't sound like him.
Let me tell you this. You really can't look like Koroi, because you need to know what Koroi looks like.
Oh.
You've never seen him in his original body.
Okay. So he's a shape changer?
He takes on what he kills.
Okay.
But he's a bard, not an assassin.
But not necessarily, yes.
Okay.
He's an incredibly good bard.
Okay. That's good. We need something to brighten things up.
So yes, you
rainbow.
You got what? Constantly fairy fire on you.
So for David's perspective, we'll start with, and for those who haven't seen Yodri, we'll get everyone to describe how the character appears. So, starting off with Ross.
Yes, a very flamboyant. Well, actually, that picture there is what he looks like. Identical. What he looks like. Very flamboyant, clean, with his rapier, which actually looks. Which now and then he hums with it because it's actually a boon rapier. So it actually glows. So I do have a lightsaber. Yep.
That sounds amazing.
Yes, and I am actually extremely strong,
Which is not natural.
which is not natural.
Okay.
But the funny thing with that is you can completely drain him of strength, he won't notice until it goes to zero, at which point he crumples down and dies.
I have a feeling
Yeah,
I'm
that's
in the same spot.
which nearly happened. I am definitely afraid of spectres. Is it spectres?
Because the
The
GM
shadows.
doesn't tell the
Shadows.
player how much
Shadows.
he's been drained until he reaches the number, because the magical item does not give him any indication that he's been drained.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Spectres writes the strength damage.
So if you have an item that gives you a score instead of a boost to a score, you don't feel the effects of anything relating to
I don't have
draining
one
or
of
boosting.
those. I've got a bunch of weird
Okay,
stuff.
I do
but
have
not
one of
of
those.
As
I'm going to
well
avoid
as
those
yep,
fights.
as well as I also wear a rose-coloured glasses as well.
Okay.
So can we have our good friend Anton describe himself?
Well, yeah, Anton is a scrawny young man in ash grey hide armour, carrying a staff carved with elaborate runes. He has a horrible scar on his left cheek and dulled black scales on his hands. He also has a tiny dragon flying nearby. I have since acquired a helm that makes you look like somebody else, and I've never worked out exactly what that is.
Oh, you have worked out who it is. It is the terror of your people.
I don't actually know what it looks like that.
So imagine something symbolic that when you look at it, you instantly think it is the boogeyman of your
So
stories.
a Darth Vader type.
So like a Darth Vader, the Freddy Krueger mask, the
Okay.
something like that. But it's the person who leads the villains of your stories into invading Troldara.
Okay, I look like him. But I still have a little dragon.
Don't you have a bleeding staff as well? Like,
Oh no, it doesn't bleed. It doesn't bleed.
you're
As long as I'm
smoking.
holding it, it doesn't bleed.
As long as you're smoking it, you can't see
No,
the
as long as I'm
blood.
holding it. No, as long as I'm holding
He's
it.
got to bleed on it.
Can I ask, are you currently wearing the Freddy Krueger Darth Vader?
I think I'm not think I can't take it off.
You can't take it off while people are looking at you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that happened last session.
So I can be discreet and actually take it off. But
Yeah,
then what
or you
happens?
can do your smoke region with your smoking armor and then take it off while no one's looking at you.
Correct.
Yeah, well, I just look like I'm surrounded by smoke. Yeah.
And the thing is, no one can associate you in the helmet and you out of the helmet. That's part of the magic.
Yeah. I
Right.
don't see that.
Even if they see
I
the
don't
helmet
see
under
that as an
your arm,
advantage.
it doesn't look like the same helmet as when it's on you.
Okay.
So the helmet doesn't look like the horrific thing until it's on you.
So I can have it off for a while.
You can have it off for a while. Yes.
Okay, well, I feel happy at not wearing it. I don't actually know what else it does apart from making me look like somebody else.
Well, it lets you see through the smoke as if it's not there.
And it does mean you
that's-
can't be identified as yourself.
Yeah,
Unfortunately, you're identified as
that's
someone
right. So I can
worse,
actually
but-
see
You
through
probably
this.
could also
I can see
cause
through the
fear
smoke.
through it as well.
I'm sure there's people who are scared of that mask more than you. So
Well, where we are now, nobody probably recognises.
So if he ever looks in a mirror, he would be terrified of himself because of the stories.
Yeah.
You have
But
to
then
make a
again-
fear check.
Then again, since this is a mask that reveals somebody I hate and loathe, I don't always want to wear it.
It's a figure of nightmares, not someone you've ever met.
Okay.
So, like I said,
I'm
imagine
trying to shed curses, not acquire them.
it might be all part of your patron,
Yeah, I don't even know who that is.
and no one's been willing to tell you yet.
No one has been willing to tell me.
Which then brings us to Izzy describing Samir.
Well, Samir's gone from a bit of a goth angel trying to someone who's just her wings are rainbow, hair is rainbow, and she wears full plate armor that is stone and made of like rainbow gemstones. So it's just bright and colourful. She's been flying just above the party, keeping them within line of sight, and yeah.
And had to actually go all the way down to the ground to approach the manor because found out that you can't actually fly to the manor.
Yeah. People started to fade into the distance, and that was not okay. So we got in there quick. Little bit of lightning, and she has a pretty, from what I can gather about this Aegis that I'm wearing, a aura of like pure good just emanating from her at the moment. So rainbows and happiness. It's almost
Pure niceness.
yeah, almost a My Little Pony kind of nonsense going on here. Just way
so
too
that
much
makes
happiness.
it me a lot easier for me to be just discreet.
Yeah, I'm just there.
Well, no, you got the paladin, and then you've got
Yeah.
the
Yeah,
rainbow.
So
Yeah.
while I was gone, the party got a brony.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, she's yeah. Look, she's just a giant rainbow angel, just like almost 8 foot tall, with a wingspan to match. It's hard
Very good.
to it's hard to miss her.
Nearly like 3 times my height.
Righto, Angel Dash.
Yeah, Rainbow Angel Dash is good. That'll work.
Skittles.
Yeah, Skittles is also fine.
Though, of course, if you say taste the rainbow, you might get hit in the face.
Or
Is it edible? Have you tried eating your fairy flock?
not yet. We'll see what happens.
It is Samir, after all.
Yeah.
Okay.
Look, she does have a tempo. It's just- no one's tried to cross her yet, so it's fine.
Hopefully we don't run into any fae.
Well, it's Not as if that's not going to happen, considering what you've done and who you are.
Look, we met her in the Underdark. Oh, not the Underdark, the Feydark, so...
No, I was thinking of all the other Fae that we've given coffee to.
Yeah, she hasn't had caffeine yet. That could be fun.
Okay, so that brings us to Zal online to describe herself. Assuming Mute's not too far away.
Oh, she's already... Oh, that's right, she only didn't read it.
Not too far. Just annoying to get to sometimes. Especially when you keep looking at your phone by mistake. So, description. I look kind of like your typical Mongolian Ethengarian, though I think slightly taller than the average. And
Just so cool.
Pardon?
I think most of the party were the extreme height for Ethengarians.
Yeah,
You're an Ethengar, which means she's just so cool.
Yeah.
Yes, you're 4 foot tall.
No, I think I'm 5'1", so I'm a bit taller than the average.
That actually
But obviously we require quite very tall members of the party. So I'm probably still one of the shortest apart from maybe Yodri.
Yep, and,
I'm not tall either.
yep, and now and then you'll see the words "fail ranger" appear above it.
Yeah, someone had to do it because Josh isn't back online yet. Yes. He though while you know he is a cleric, and also maybe a wizard. He dresses like a ranger still, so it's a bit confusing to people who first meet him because they just think he's a normal Ethengarian tracker ranger, and then he starts casting magic.
And so what sort of token does he visibly carry from his love interest?
Well, I have the bookmark in my black book, so I'm not sure if that's entirely visible all the time, but it is close to my heart, where my book often stays. I am unsure whether I have received any other gifts of my travels, but I do have a scarf that I got from the Sun event that we just went to give to him when we passed by town.
And then we move on to Koroi. What does Koroi look like at this time?
Well, that depends. As the party is traveling, who's first?
Well, I believe first would have been Chauvel, the paladin, as he would say.
Yeah, okay. Who's second?
I would probably say Samir with the brilliant wings.
Yeah.
Okay. Look, I'm just gonna take a moment here and say, as you are traveling, eventually you round a very strange corner, and you see, for 3.5 seconds, you see an amorphous blob, until after the 3.5 seconds, Samir appears before you.
Well, that's interesting. I don't think I've seen another winged elf in quite some time.
And you've never seen one that's not all versions of white.
Yeah.
Off-white, beige, cream. And so
Boring.
Your people seem to think that white is the only really imaginable colour to wear.
Whoa!
God, they're so
This got
bland.
fashy real quick.
Yeah. They're so bland.
It's one of the discussions of the various races that each race has their own uniqueness that ticks off the people so they go adventuring.
Yeah.
I want to wear colour!
God, sky elves are so boring.
The absence of colour.
so plain.
Yeah, so anyway, Samir appears before you, looking concerned and a little bit confused. And what is not Samir's voice comes from Samir, the other Samir, and says, "What the hell are you doing back here?"
Better question. What the hell are you?
I am whoever I say I am. But some of you, in fact a couple of you, oh, hello, Hello, hello. Some of you will remember me as Koroi.
Pleased to meet you, Kuroi.
You say that now.
I'm just trying to be polite.
Oh no, I'm sure you're being very polite, but yeah, we'll see what time tells. Anyway, I'm pleasant, so it would be very pleasurable.
Last time you stated that you can only do that if you actually killed the person that you're imitating.
Did I actually though?
He did state it, but that got wound back, so he doesn't remember stating it.
Okay.
I thought we still had memories of it, but
Yes, you do. He does not.
Oh,
But
that's
even
right.
so-
That's right. You
Look.
got rebooted. Okay.
The question truly is though, did I actually say that? Did I say that? Did I mean it? Was it true?
Yeah.
Perhaps
Hey, let's make this even more
I wanna-
confusing. I now look like using my disguise? What was it?
you don't like using your brain apparently.
Yep, that's him.
Kuroi, do you actually
No, that's the player.
do you get
the
a
character-
choice, or do you
Nice.
have to actually change to someone you see?
No.
Anyway.
Okay, no.
Just give me. Sorry, I didn't actually know who you were, and I was a bit concerned. I thought you might be a bit confused. Damn,
It was a
this is one
this guy's
handsome
self
elf,
that
I
doesn't
tell
it?
you.
Then you see Drazzle rock up in his
Oh,
AP
God, why you? I thought I was done with you.
Drazzle just looks you up and down and shrugs.
Never really met too many people older than I am, and here you are standing before me. How old are you today? How old were you yesterday? How old will you be tomorrow?
I am Drazzle, he says.
Yes, I know, and I am Groot. I guess you probably understand that too.
Drazzle does. Drazzle not like. Drazzle think it was rude.
Ah, yes, I believe we can venture into a whole other universe and gaming sphere and say that you never mess with family. This is getting very, very meta.
Some of us are just confused.
Drazzle, very worried about you having a bark in your voice.
Yes. I'm actually currently being stalked by a marine ship. Anyway, hello, welcome back. What are you doing here? Oh wait, hang on. This is. Well, I am quite good looking right now, but the other Samir shakes their face and head and then turns back to a form that is a little more common.
So you've answered my question now.
What?
I mean,
It's fine. You can just change shape whenever you feel like it. That's all I want to know.
No, I never said that. But look over there. Look at that distraction. As you look away and then look back,
I didn't
Kuroi
look back.
is
That was such a
very
transparent
different.
attempt. It didn't even work on me.
No, he just goes, look, air!
Look, an eagle.
Well,
And so, from Kuroi's perspective, he's been stuck in the Feydark for quite a while now. Has no idea how long he's been there.
okay.
It's alright, Drazzle's around. Time doesn't exist or matter anymore.
And you find that you haven't escaped the Feydark yet. You're still in the ethereal plane, having the rest of the party leave the material plane behind to reach the manor house that is just around the bend.
Yes,
So, are we actually in the real world or Feydark?
Feydark.
You're not in the Feydark. You're on the borders of the Feydark.
Oh, great. So, yeah. Okay, I'm not going to do anything spell casting wise.
It goes weird.
No, it gets souped up too much. I didn't expect it.
Because he's patrons from the Feydark.
Ah.
And so instead of summoning aspects of his patron, he summoned his patron.
Oops.
Yes, the Lady Blue.
That was the tentacle's yours from.
Yes,
Yeah.
that was his tentacles.
Yeah.
So you just see the effects of what he did. You showed up the week later.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it only supposed to last not that long.
No.
And my phone's finally telling me it's sunset.
Ah, you can finally go outside again.
Oh no, it turns on the table light at sunset.
Oh, I thought that was that marker to say that you won't burn up when you leave the house.
There's that too. As I don't leave it very often these days. So yes, you do see around the corner a manor house, very much out of place. But then again, considering it's not on the prime material plane, it's wherever it wants to be, which is why there's so many skulls lining the path. And because of being outside the primal material plane, time doesn't work the same. So you might be walking on your descendants as well as your ancestors.
So being around gravel time doesn't work the same.
Well, be extra careful then.
You'll be dead.
Does anyone have speak with dead? No, I don't speak with dead.
Yep. Speak with dead generally requires it to have a full jaw.
Oh, okay, yeah. I just thought, this could be interesting, but no, I don't have any.
Though if you do manage to animate the path that you're walking on to talk back to you, you may not like what you get.
Yeah,
That's
true.
fair.
It was just a thought.
Beware what you talk to, because there is the spell to talk to anything. And have a conversation with any object you wish to.
I've got tongues. It's the closest I can manage.
That there is an actual spell called Speak with Object, which
Okay.
allows you to speak with non-living things as if it's got intelligence. Most people cast it at least once. Very few people cast it twice.
Cast it on you.
Oh, can we not talk about casting speak with anything? I'm still traumatized from the last time I cast speak with animals.
Oh, okay. Speak with animals.
Yes.
Oh no.
Yeah, it was a druid that would have been stuck in the form of an owl for a very long time and wanted to chat.
So it wasn't the telepathic halflings. And
Yes, it can get
Oh, leave me alone. Sorry, guys.
So yes, after finding that you now have an extra member of the party you weren't expecting, not exactly sure if this is its true form or not, though Blob may actually be true form as far as you know. Or that was just the last thing it saw.
Yeah, I hadn't thought about it that way.
Or 8.
Or killed.
Pork Noah's dose.
You see a very, I'd probably say Victorian-esque manor house. Looks like it's got wing for stables and servants, multi-story, very well made up, except for the fact that the paving is made with skulls, being the first disturbing thing you see. You also realize that the fountain in the center before it is most likely people turned to stone to then have water shot up in the middle of the mall to create a fountain.
okay,
Keep
so
myself
we
on-
have an artistic gorgon on our hands.
Well, anyone who lives for long enough generally gets access to spells such like that and finds creative ways to use them.
Yeah, flesh to stone.
Yeah. I sort of wondered how many of their servants we're walking on right now.
Probably quite a few of them.
Yeah, I know.
Yes.
Just think you're walking on the top of greatness.
No. The arrogance of the rich.
And as
I
you
believe Yeats poems. Tread carefully for you tread on my dreams.
and as you come up to the doorway, walking out of it appears to be a dark-skinned, white-haired elf, unlike any you've read about in any form of history. Looks like that.
Okay.
So you've heard of the Shadow Elves? They are all pale.
Okay.
Some of you have heard of the Scandinavian. They're all dark skinned because they live under a red sun that never sets. And they're demon worshippers, where she has no symbology of demon worship visible on her whatsoever.
Okay.
So quite unusual in that sense.
Well, also probably not the one to piss off the paladin.
Well, you'd also heard from Ridorin's group that she's known as the Dark Lady and is one of her physical forms.
Do we know of any other physical forms?
Yes, Shadow Dragon.
Shadow Dragon. That's what. Okay.
Wait a second. I think I've made an
So she's
aspect
taken a
of her
humanoid form to be. It's better for talking to us.
Well, it makes use of the manor house so much easier because her other form is larger than the house.
Okay.
So Shadow Dragons are the fourth evolution of dragonkind.
You explained that last time, yes.
So
Was there more than one or only one? I can't remember.
what was that for?
Shadow Dragons.
There's only one known.
There's only one known. And
There
this is
be
her.
more than one, but she's the only one that's made herself known to mortals. Normally, mortals don't ever see the elemental dragons.
Okay. All right. Yep.
Normally, when something bad is happening, they make an appearance.
So what do we know? When they make an appearance, what do they normally do? Is this like a
There is no lore, history, or
Murder.
knowledge of what they do.
murder? Okay. All right. So we're in the presence of something just extraordinary abilities, right?
And is at home in the Fey Dark.
Okay.
So,
Sorry if you guys hear weird grunty noises. I'm just working on my car.
yep. Assuming your car's not going to talk back to you?
I definitely hope not. In which case, haunted car. We are getting pretty close to Spooktober, so maybe.
Well, Christine doesn't speak. Could be Car or Kit.
Have you let blood to the car gods yet?
Sorry.
Have you bled blood to the car gods?
Well, it's funny you say that. I have to bleed the clutch soon, so.
So, about to happen.
To answer your question, not yet, but I almost got myself just there.
And then it starts to
It will
animate.
always happen, even as careful as you try to be, you'll always knock yourself on something. There it is.
Are you really working on a car if you don't bleed on it?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have a Josh in the background who is just
sorry,
arrived.
Martin. As you might have heard, Josh is home, but we're also putting me into bed, so
All good.
How is my favourite metal-headed toddler?
exactly. Are you guys quite done yet? No? Okay, good.
Failed Paladin!
Later. Paladin? Yeah, that's pretty good. I'll be on mute for just a few minutes.
Okay. So while Zal and Chauvel are currently occupied, she does come out and greets you. Her mouth doesn't move, but you do hear her voice in your head.
Do I?
You do. She's not speaking in a language, but all languages.
Oh, I just not got that ring, so it's why I'm curious.
You do hear it.
Oh, okay.
It shields you from people being able to detect it.
Okay.
So she might not be able to read your mind, but she can project into it.
Okay.
So she can read my mind.
Well, you don't know if she can read your mind, but she can project her voice as a mental blanket.
Okay.
But it's not a mental attack.
So I'm waiting for someone else to take the lead here, because I'm out of my depth.
None of them have met her either.
Yep.
Okay.
So what do we need to find out why the cult... What was the...
You wanted to find out more about why the cults are here.
That's right.
Okay. What cults are they again?
This is the...
They have 4 cults that
Oh,
each
yeah, the
blend
darkness.
a
Yeah, water
standard
and
element
darkness,
and darkness.
fire and darkness, air and darkness,
Yeah.
earth and darkness.
And then the Shadow Dragons, it's just straight darkness, isn't it? So...
Yeah. I'm not sure where to begin.
As you say that, she says, "Why don't you come in?" And I'll just put this on mute so it doesn't actually keep popping. 'Cause we're getting close to sunset, and it's going. Things are changing outside.
Thank you.
Yeah, because once it gets dark enough, you can't see what's out there.
I just want to be careful not to damage anything on the way in, referring to the path.
The biggest instruction was don't draw your weapons, wasn't that the thing?
Oh, well,
So
no.
it's
That's
big.
right, I had to put I had to put my staff on my back. Didn't I?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
And as long as you bleed on it every day, it doesn't bleed.
I thought I had to keep connection physical.
As long as you bleed on it, you're not sure how long it lasts for. But
Okay. You said that if it's actually touching my back, I'm okay. Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to be awkward walking around because I've got a stick.
well, you can get used to it.
Yeah, I will get used to it.
Anyway. Well, if she's offering us hospitality,
She's apparently offering you hospitality. You don't think she's offering you as hospitality?
That's a good start.
Yeah, okay.
Alright, well, that's what we're here for. We're here to talk to her and to get an understanding of what the cults are doing here, so...
Okay, so you follow it into the main entryway and off to the side into what appears to be a grand dining room. Has chairs that seem to be able to seat as many as she wants.
Okay.
Because as you look, it gets longer until it suits everyone who comes in.
Can I see anyone else here? Is it just things or no people? Or...
Well, there doesn't appear to be anyone here.
Okay.
Okay.
My lady, do you know about these cults?
I do, she says. Well, you hear. She doesn't actually say it.
I know. I'm speaking because I'm assuming that's the only way I can communicate.
I can just talk telepathically back to her. Huh.
Okay.
That's fun.
Do you know what they are?
I do. I brought them here.
Why did you bring them here?
You know what they are?
Only in the most limited, superficial terms.
He says, take a seat.
Okay, I'll take a seat.
Feel free to enjoy the food you see before you as you see food appear out of nowhere.
Okay.
You see all the traditional Traldara dishes in front. Some of them you have never seen but heard of.
Okay, is this an illusion?
Last time
It smells
we ate
nice.
food off
Smells
the table
nice, but that
in
could
the
just
Feydark,
be-
we got in trouble.
That could just be a sophisticated illusion.
So is there an organ I need to play?
Looking at it suspiciously.
She looks at you and says, no, not there.
Cool.
It feels real. Give me a wisdom saving throw. You're suspicious.
Yeah, okay. Never trust the powerful. That's a byword, I think.
That is always a good thing to believe.
Never trust anyone.
19.
Okay, you poke and prod it. It feels real. It smells real.
Okay, I'll try something small that looks safe.
It tastes real.
Okay. I am hungry.
And it tastes amazing.
Okay. Alright. Try not to eat too much.
And as you eat, you have memories of old stories running through you.
Really? Oh, wow. Oh, wow.
Reminds you of listening to these stories by the fireside as a child.
Okay.
But actually seeing the story as it's being told.
Okay, I'm focusing on that. I'm sort of losing the thread of the conversation going on around me.
Cool. So yes, she says that the reason that she brought the cults here was they were the forefront of the Alphathian strike force.
Oh.
Combining all forms of magic for the purpose of destruction.
Okay.
So they were the shock troops of the Alphatian army.
The Alphadians
Have declared war on the region.
They have, but they're no longer capable of.
Oh, they're still capable of coming.
Okay.
They just take a
Well-
little bit longer.
They lost their air fleet and they lost their shock troops.
Yeah.
The shock troops would have been decimated coming here. But in doing so, they would have caused far more damage than they lost as a people.
Right.
But everything that makes them who they are would have been gone. And those that survived would not have benefited the world.
Okay. So the cults are an army, effectively.
The cults were an army. They are now considered deserters.
Oh. Because they didn't die?
No, because they left before the war started.
Okay.
And when your best combat troops disappear overnight,
Mm. What made them desert?
she did.
Okay.
She didn't like how the world turned out where they did not.
That's something I can agree on.
So this is like the followers of the wave as well.
Yes. Followers of the wave, followers of the Black Earth, followers of the Eternal Flame, and
The
followers of the Howling Hatred.
So basically, the mirror image of the cults that we've
These are the cults.
Oh, okay.
That's the origins of the cults. She had dragged them from the center of Alphatia out of it. That's why they just showed up here in the middle of the preparations for war.
Okay.
So now that they've come back, does that mean...
Well, they were never here originally. She brought them here.
Okay.
This is not their home.
because the gods would be
Okay,
crazy.
because we're actually not... We're in the... Yeah, okay.
And because that they are no longer under the command of the Alphatian forces, the Alphatians cannot come through this region.
This is
Would you really want to send your forces up against the best shock troops of your people who knows every tactic you use?
no, absolutely not.
So strategically, she stopped the easy route for the Alphatians into the region.
Yeah. Okay.
And with that, she's gotten the Norse people here to also fight against the Alphatians. Imagine a group of bloodthirsty Norsemen with the powers of the gods behind them, enhanced by shock troops who are used to fighting.
Yeah. It's not a good area to try to wage a war. That's for sure.
Yes. And not only do they fight on this world, these troops have been taught to fight between worlds.
I thought we were trying to end wars.
Well, we're gathering information for the for Redrian and trying to help. Stop the Master's progression across.
Yeah.
She knows of the Master. She does not recommend entering his domain.
No, we would die. In one sense,
What is
or
his
get
domain?
control, or get taken over.
You would be subsumed into his army, become part of it.
Yeah.
What is his domain?
His domain is currently most of the region of Sind and part of Darakan.
So the territory he's conquered is his domain. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
He is attempting a conquest victory to become a god.
Almost a philosophical question here. If it's not too presumptuous, are you also a god? Or are you
I
something?
am not. I am something else.
So no one worships you?
People do worship, but I don't provide any assistance for worshippers.
Okay.
I provide advice, and sometimes a smack on the back of the head. Sometimes a removal of the head if it's grievous enough.
Okay. Well, advice and the smack on the back of the head could be appropriate in some circumstances.
But tell me, what's the most interesting story you remember?
Most interesting story.
Because you've just been remembering all these stories of your youth.
I know so little about my culture.
Well, look at it this way. You've now got first-hand evidence of exactly how horrific the wearer of that helmet is.
Yes, well, that's the foremost thing in my mind, and she can see into my mind, so she can see it now, that the horror of what those, actually I don't know what they're called, the conquering people, did to my people. And the fact that the fact that they still do it today, they still rule in the same way today.
She does say that the current rulers of your people, who, while they are descendants of the Theatans, are not as cruel as the others who destroyed your people.
Not as cruel.
The Gnolls who wiped out your culture and turned you into barbarians are amongst the worst perpetrators.
Okay. It still doesn't excuse those who oppress us today.
While the original Troldarans who conquered your lands and destroyed your people are not those who rule it. Under the previous rule, you had no voice. Under the current one, you were allowed to follow your own beliefs and have a voice, and encouraged to make changes for the greater good.
Maybe in some parts, but not all.
The Black Eagle Barony is definitely one of the few places where the original oppressors still reign. And beware of Bargle the Wizard. He wishes to hunt you down specifically for a transgression you have made against him.
Do I know this person?
Have you ever read the box set of the red box set of D&D with the solo play adventure in it?
No.
Okay. He is featured in that.
Okay.
So many people who have played D&D and learned the red box set adventure didn't understand that he came from this world.
Okay. And he's after me. Why me? What did I ever do?
Something you did in your past.
In this life?
In this life. With your patron.
Well, sort of. I did. If it's what I'm thinking you're talking about, yeah, I was involved, but I don't really feel like that it was my choice. Exactly.
Yes, but you have challenged him by taking on your patron.
Do you know who my patron is?
Yes. I'm not permitted to tell you.
Why can't anyone tell me?
Because your patron has made it so.
Sucks to be you.
Yeah, I know.
And the helm and armour you carry are part of that. As is the staff.
Cool.
This is just creates more questions and answers for me.
Which is as it should be. The more questions you have, the more you have to learn. If all your questions are answered, you are done. And your time is over.
Well, I'm definitely young then.
If everything is answered, what is there to do in life?
Well, you could try to
Drink!
Looks at Yodri and says, you've done that before and it didn't work so well for you.
At the moment, the world's falling apart, Yodri.
I know. I'm just glad I'm able to drink. If I still had the curse, I would be going insane.
She does smile slightly at that and says, sanity and drink don't always go hand in hand.
Yes. It makes it easy to forget.
But beware what you drink
Sorry about that,
because
guys.
it may cause worse things to happen. That's okay. You're back now, David.
Yes, I've had that happen.
Yeah, sort of.
So yes, they are talking to the Shadow Dragon who's currently presiding over the Northern Reaches.
What could possibly go wrong?
She says many things.
Yeah.
Where are the dragons?
Fighting amongst themselves.
Yeah, no, not good enough. What was that name again you said was hunting me?
It is Bargle the Wizard.
Bargle the Wizard, okay.
Sometimes known as Bargle the Infamous.
Okay, so you got... So everybody's fighting amongst it. Yeah, so everything's gone mad.
And Bargle is the court wizard of the Black Eagle Barony. As a name, it does cause Yodri to shudder. Because Bargle is pretty infamous amongst the halflings.
Yes, I would love to take his head off.
Sorry about Henry too, might be gone soon. Hopefully goes on service. Sorry guys.
So, and the Baron's
Hang
head as
on.
well.
And also an enemy to the halflings. Okay.
Oh, he's the slaver.
He's a slave. Okay.
Will use his magic to enslave as well as kill on a whim.
Yeah.
And there are quite a few adventures of escaping from some torment he's dropped people in. So any heroes that come out of Karamikos probably have done that at least once in their career.
Oh dear.
Am I the only one who feels like we're a pawn among greater powers here?
No, 100%.
He says eventually the pawn becomes a major player
Okay.
if they survive.
They just have to get across the board.
You don't want the pawn to end up wanting to take on the gods.
That may be required before you come to the end.
And then take out the rest of the
Because
world.
the gods are no longer listening to the people.
The
They're
gods are
telling
fighting
people.
amongst themselves. The dragons are fighting amongst themselves.
Giants have...
Returned.
Well, no, the storm giants have been killed, disappeared.
And all the giants now are allowed to congregate for the first time since they were broken.
And the elves are on threat of being wiped out by the master and by someone else as well.
And the elves are looking out about leaving this place.
Yeah, just up and out.
So the
But
world is changing.
they can't because of the tree.
They can if they take the tree with them.
Yeah. It's a big tree.
And they are working on it.
Reduce!
Oh, you could take the tree and a lot of rounds with it and sort of create a whole pocket world.
Yes. So pocket worlds do have their disadvantage. They can pop.
They can pop. Oh, you could take your pocket world, take it somewhere else and pop it somewhere else.
Well, the Ephatians went to war with each other in their home world and destroyed their entire plane of existence.
Which is
Over
happening now.
Over the discussion of is fire or air better. That was what led to the destruction of their plane of existence. And currently, the Ephatian nation is chaired by air people, and their target is the colony of fire people on this world.
Okay, so they're continuing these age-long hatreds.
It's a convenient continuation of this ongoing hatred, because they blame the other. Each blames the other for the loss of their home world, or home plane, because it wasn't just a world; it was an entire plane.
Okay.
But that's where all the Genasi come from.
Okay.
They could not exist in this world without merging with the people here,
All right.
and they changed this world by doing so.
Put you in the pool.
It's okay. We'll hear random stuff from David as he's forgetting he's on. He's not.
Yeah, I'm trying to avoid talking to people. That's what it's sort of talking about me. And every now and again I hear it and I'm like, I've got to put my input in.
So we now know why these cults are here. Why do we want to know?
It says each of the cult does have its own patron,
Okay.
and convincing the patron where to go will be a challenge in itself. The patrons themselves want to fight, but who they want to fight is what the discussion is.
And some of us are actually aligned with some of those patrons, some of those cults, aren't
They are.
they? Okay. Are your Zals aligned with air and darkness? Yodri, you're aligned with water and darkness. Okay. Just going back my notes, that's all.
Yeah. So you did have Yodri written down. Luckily, he showed up just in time to talk to the Dark Queen, Dark Lady as she is.
Okay.
You reverend dark lady.
And I presume Cheval's got some link to the fireside. I'm just guessing.
Yeah, but he's
Cheval's patrons.
too bad as well.
Yeah.
The person who wants the war to annihilate everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
He's quite happy if all the elves are annihilated.
So,
Look.
He's even a patron of the elves, so he's quite happy for them to be annihilated.
Yeah, I know.
yeah, he just wants war, justice. Justice to be heard.
My choice is either to stop being an elf or.
Well, you go
Which
with
is fine.
Do you know what the scary thing is? That is incredibly possible.
I know. I almost did it.
Yeah, and
It's first session.
I am perfectly happy that I have not changed. I am one of the few that has not changed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've only had curses that made me be sober or age quickly.
Just wait. It'll happen.
As he says, you're in the right place for that change to happen. Change always happens in the areas of darkness. That's what darkness does. It brings change.
I mean,
It ends one life and starts another. That's the purpose of darkness. Because it brings the change of seasons.
Mm.
It brings the changes of power.
I welcome change.
Yeah.
That's literally like the whole point. Like my character's entire motivation is just, for the love of God, no more of the same, please.
And the entire purpose of entropy and the dark element is to bring change to the world.
Well, my aspect is darkness, so that's fine.
Mine's air.
Lightning is also fun. So, she says, turns to Yodri and says, what does Yodri wish to seek out of being here? Having made the statement and her responding.
Yeah. That is a tough one. But aren't we all supposed to learn from our own mistakes and grow from them? So if I actually wish for it, that's cheating, isn't it?
It depends on what you wish for. And is it a wish or is it just a desire?
Well, I would desire that this war was no longer on, but that's an impossibility because...
It is something you can make happen. Just
Yeah.
will you actually be up for the challenge? Will you gain leadership of the crushing wave to the point where you can direct them to where they're most
trying to
needed?
avoid doing leadership stuff. I never wanted to follow in my mother's footsteps. I always liked...
Or will you let
skirting
another dictate the path they take and the wars they indulge in? For the current leader is not benevolent.
They're not?
They are not. They have been taught from birth to serve the Alphatians first.
I thought they were... Okay.
And it's not hard to convince someone trained to always obey to return to the fold. She's just made it more difficult by moving them away from their leadership.
You see, it's the simple mind of a soldier, the simple mind of a sycophant. That's the true evil in mind.
Much like Koroi has influence over other people, she says.
I have no influence, I just make suggestions and requests.
And stab when they don't listen.
And stab when they do listen.
That's not my fault, the job's a job.
And you wondered why you got stuck in the Fey Dark for over a year, she says.
Well, look, time is relative, and a bit of quiet now and again is always welcome.
And so, what is the answer from your...
If I start swearing, I do apologise. I'm working on my...
Working on your clutch?
car. Well, yes, both. But it's General Carl working on stuff, and sweary, good times.
So even the car will bleed
So
or
the
you
same
will.
reason why you can't get away with not letting to the blood to the car gods is that you can't not swear at your car for doing dog shit.
Exactly, blood for the blood gods.
And do we have a Josh back now?
Yes.
Cool. Everybody's now distracted as the paladins just walked in.
Would Josh
Cool.
like to describe his character?
Yep. I play Chagall. Chagall is a fire genasi, fiery tempered. However, morals will be checked at a future point in time.
Failed water genasi.
Yeah.
I feel like that was mean. Just
What?
saying that. I mean, look, we can say failed ranger all day. But
No. He
Failed
started.
water.
Yeah, well, he started off as a water genasi.
Then he lost his role.
Yeah, but saying failed water genasi just feels really mean.
Yeah, but I didn't lose my pride.
That's what caused you to turn to a fire one.
So, what is your choice decision?
Well, maybe we could end the wars. Is it possible to end the wars if we change the leadership of the cults?
It influences the war in your favour. If you do not, then the war is influenced in the opposing favour, because you don't get to choose where they deploy themselves, or when they deploy themselves.
It would be better if the cults worked together, even in a time like this.
I've been trying to avoid doing leadership stuff.
Have you thought about role of leading advisor rather than leader? Key advisor. Counselor.
That's
Chief.
what Kilroy is.
The Royal Vizier.
Don't worry, I'm sure Koroi can appear as you and then take on the leadership.
That's what I'm afraid of.
I mean, Koroi turns in. You look away, and Koroi turns into Samira again.
That's my face. Stop it.
Your face or our face?
Yeah.
Be careful, or it will be my face.
Yeah, I don't think I should use disguise self to do that. It might become permanent.
Koroi turns back to his regular, generic, and human. Looks over.
Blank template.
Disguise. I mean, we can always do disguises.
So what do you look like now?
Just and human bard.
A simple looking Ethengarian Mongolian style.
Not simple. Don't be ridiculous. Not simple. The only thing that simps is other people for me.
Okay.
Or common looking then instead of simple.
Very good though. That's much more acceptable.
Yes, with a green diamond in his face.
An outstanding.
Well, you guys were talking about fire, earth, wind, water, and heart, so I guess that makes me Captain Planet.
God.
It's really hard to roleplay while also climbing into anything all day.
When we hear a clatter, we'll know what happened. He was eaten by his car.
Don't forget to count your 10 mil when you're done.
I have so many 10 mils. This is how I know I've got my life together. I have so many 10 mils.
You know you're a car person when you have at least 5 10 mils. Like, on your trike.
Yeah, no, I have an emergency 10 mil. I have an emergency 10 mil.
So she turns back to Yodri and says, today is known as the Halfling Day of Heroes. Are you going to be one of them?
The power is yours.
It is literally the Halfling Day of Heroes in the calendar.
Okay. So, you could say that the stars are right.
Sunglasses on. Yeah.
I already got my sunglasses on. My eyes are charming. So,
Start swearing.
what?
No, he didn't start swearing.
What? Will you shut up? So, what does that need to do?
First, you need to prove yourself to the people of the Crushing Wave.
First, you need to complete 7 fetch quests.
Well, you could try that too, but I don't think it'll be very effective.
Alright, stick with the escort quest then.
No, I prefer doing the making quests. Yes, make these items.
You could make items for them, but then it might.
Why are you opening the console? No reason!
Seek out the Crushing Wave and convince them that you are truly one of them.
Would they welcome a halfling?
Yeah, I've already spoken to them before.
Okay.
And
It was just a more of a different perspective.
Okay.
And he does have a couple of them working on his estate.
All right. So we have someone who might be a leader for the fire cult and for the air cult, the water cult. It's just the earth one that's missing.
Yes, so it turns to...
Go planet.
Go planet. So
There was
that's
actually a
cool.
Captain
That's
Planet
useful,
episode
ladies.
about that where he didn't get all of the elements.
Was he sad?
Well, he couldn't. He didn't have all of his abilities. I don't know how I know this.
All I can think of is Don Cheadle for the entire part of this conversation.
Sorry?
All I can think of is Don Cheadle for this
Cool.
during this conversation.
I am prepared. I don't get my answer what I do.
He did a spoof of Captain Planet on.
Yeah, he turns everyone into trees.
Yeah. That's all I've got in my head now.
Yeah, he even turns the Planeteers into trees, except for Hart. Because he needs somebody to do all his laundry and that.
Yeah, these motherfuckers want to go green. Yes. Alright.
Okay, so she does then turn to Samir and saying, what does Samir want to get out of meeting these cults? You've not met them and interacted with them yet.
No, I have. I don't know, my whole idea is just to change and learning.
Can you say, would you like to change? I can change you.
Mm-hmm.
The Dark Lady does turn to Koroi and says, behave or I'll turn you back into a blob.
Promises. So many promises.
I'd like to see that actually. Do you look like it's a blob? A blob?
Ditto!
I don't think the elves deserve to die off as is coming at this point, and I've been fighting to help stop that, but beyond
Only elves.
I'm an elf for now.
Yeah, exactly.
Look, I'd rather the tree not get wiped out while I'm still an elf.
Makes good firewood, yeah.
Yeah, no.
Which is why he never sees it.
But if we need the cult on our side, maybe it's something I can do to help.
Do you have an affinity with darkness?
I have an affinity with lightning.
Would you like an affinity with darkness?
Sure. That's
Because if you can help convince the troops to fight and become one of them, one of the benefits that her troops have over others is the master cannot control them.
It's to convince. I can convince anyone to do anything.
yeah, I'm pretty good at that too, actually.
So basically, you just die. You don't get reanimated back.
He does not have the power to just take your life.
Well, that's
Oh,
quite
okay.
interesting. Yes, I could certainly
But only those who are truly part of the cult are protected. It cannot be half measures.
Bugger, because I do not like the idea.
You must gain the acceptance of the patron of each cult.
I'm willing to try.
And the more patrons you get on side, the easier things would be for you.
Who would be easiest for us? Air?
Samir would probably suit the air cult because they do enjoy flight as part of their training and lifestyle.
And Zal is part of the cult.
Multiple people in the same cult is not a bad thing, she says.
Certainly can take on the darkness aspect and try. Absolutely.
And so she turns to our Anton and says, "So, what aspect does Anton desire?"
I don't desire an aspect. I am aligned to an aspect.
Yes, you have shown an affinity with darkness, but do you wish to be more than that? There are many options open towards you.
I don't have good experiences with wanting more power.
But power has been thrust upon you.
Yes, I know, and
it's whether or not you wish to be led or lead is your question. Non-action means you're led from disaster to disaster. And become the figurehead of disaster, as those in your position in the past have done.
I hear what you're saying, and I agree that my track record's definitely along that line.
Proaction means that the disaster is of your choosing, not of that chosen for you. But disasters will happen.
So what other aspect or element would suit me?
Do you find yourself happy with ground, water, air, or fire? Each has their benefits. A lot of Traldaran go for flame as one of their aspects, but earth may suit you more because it is more about life than death.
Yeah, I do feel, pardon the pun, more grounded.
And the ground may suit you.
So maybe I might be better suited to earth, but
Because
in
we know
saying this, my lady, I really am shooting in the dark.
Oh,
she does say that unfortunately Zali's not welcome there since she killed some of their leadership.
Okay. And I'm nothing like Zal.
Which leadership was this?
The Earth Cult.
Yeah, but didn't I did my penance for that, didn't I?
You did, but they still don't like you.
Well, no, that's fine. I understand that they don't like me, but I did my penance, so I feel less guilty about. I mean, like I still feel guilty, but I feel like I've made steps to make amends, at least. And yes, I know that they're not gonna like me.
And hey, it only happened because you stole one of their sacred daggers.
Yes, well, I was younger then, and I have many regrets from when I was younger, and that was one of them, hence the penance.
and don't stab a fish with the dagger.
Yeah, being a Fell Ranger was the other one, but I've learned to live with those mistakes. I carry those mistakes with me, and try not to make them again.
And she continues on with, she looks forward to the next mistake you make.
This is not a
I'm sure it will happen soon.
Well, she said it was glorious.
This is not a question. This is my knowledge. She probably can read my mind. So
Yes.
but I'm not asking this as a question. Are the various elements opposed? Like you're talking
Yes.
about fire and air.
They
So
do
earth,
have some
So
opposition.
aligning with earth means I'm creating enemies. Is that correct?
Aligning with Earth means that the air people are less likely to talk to you.
Oh, so it's air. It's earth versus air, not
And
earth
fire versus water.
Oh, fire versus water. Why are fire and air fighting?
I'll
then?
still talk to you. It's okay.
Why are fire and air talking?
Because fire and air are the two opposing factions from the plane they came from.
Okay.
Doesn't Vol have earth, air, and darkness as aspects?
I believe she does.
Well,
You've almost hit the full
I've never been one to conform, so you know.
So she does. He does have contradictions.
Can't we flip this? Can they be matching pairs rather than opposing pairs?
Well, they are considered complementing when they are not opposing.
Okay, so they can be.
So air and water are considered complementary,
Mhm.
whereas air and fire are opposing.
Okay.
And to be truly balanced is to have all 5 elements.
That sounds like something that would only be somebody much greater than us could do. You know,
It is what the Alpha teams strive for. They teach the blending of elements over this region's desire to experience a single element.
Okay.
Become the avatar.
That is the Alpha team belief. Is every element has its place, whereas the rest of the world that you'll come from believe that each element should be the one you stay with.
Oh, okay.
So those of you who have more than one element look odd to most people who see you.
Okay. Are you born into an element, or
Yes.
is it okay? All right.
And you can change it, and it can change based on your actions.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
But having more than one is a rare event, which generally adventurers get. Whereas non-adventurers, most of the NPCs you see will generally be just one element.
And you're considered strange and possibly dangerous if you've got more than one attack. Okay.
And if you have opposing ones, you are treated as volatile.
Okay. Okay.
Which may be true about Sail at times.
Yes. Yes.
That's
But
good.
multiple.
Well, it does have air and earth. So, with that in mind, she will give you each a token to communicate with her if you need to.
What's Drazzle doing in all this?
He's just sitting off to the side, writing in his book. You have a feeling she has had a conversation with him without you.
Yeah, I can believe that.
And Drazzle only has one element, and that is water,
Oh, okay. I thought it was that time.
which is the same thing as time.
Oh.
Water and time are interlinked. Air and water are interlinked.
Okay.
Earth and matter are interlinked. Fire and energy are interlinked. And darkness and entropy are interlinked.
Mhm.
So they each influence the others in different ways. And all the gods fall into one of the elements only. They can have aspects of other elements, but they their power source is a single element. And so, I recommend you greeting and finding these different cults, which Zal knows where they all are, as does Yodri.
Okay.
I have a question. I'm not sure for her or just as a general question. The cults are undecided on where they want to fit in this war. Is that right?
They're not undecided. They just have current leadership has been convinced to come here instead of participate in the war.
Right. And
That
so
does-
our main goal is to convince them that our side is more righteous than the other.
You're given the option to steer them in a direction you wish.
Yep.
Do we know what direction we want to steer it?
That's the question.
Well, given that we have alignments to some of them, having them on our side would be a great boon.
Because if you do not lead them, they may call upon you to serve them. And considering some of you have made promises to them, that could mean going up against your own beliefs.
I'm trying to think of all the dangers and threats to the world. The one that seems to be like they might be able to do something is stop the one who wants to make himself a god by destroying a tree. Am I on the right track?
Mm-hmm.
These people here would have the power to stop the master.
Okay, stop the master.
But whether or not you can convince them to side with you in time is...
Anyone who calls themselves the master deserves to be cut down.
He is so old that few know his real name.
Okay.
He's just known as the master.
So he's like a lich king or something?
That is also unknown.
Okay.
But he can manifest as a dragon.
Alright, okay.
He rarely shows himself in person.
Alright, well, I guess rallying the troops is the next step then.
Which troops do you wish to rally first? Because she does not recommend splitting your time between splitting your forces.
Which one would be least offensive to all the others?
She laughs and says, "That would be mine, which is why you're here."
Yeah, I was thinking of the four I was thinking
She
of.
says, beyond that, each one will be offended by the choices you make.
I guess it would be which one we're closer to, which
When you leave here, you'll be on the footsteps of whichever one you wish to go to.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, I'm not too keen about, well, I as I said, I've made amends with the Earth clan, but I am not keen on going there first.
I'm air-aligned and so's Zal, right? So there's a little bit of the strength in going towards the air-aligned first. I guess.
I would say so. Unless anyone has any objections.
Mm-hmm. Happy to go with air.
She looks to Chauvel and says, "Does Chauvel wish to step up and lead these people in the moment of need?"
I was born a leader.
You are a leader.
But whether you were born or not, intent is more important than what you do.
We watch you lead a whole celebration all day.
Yeah, I've also watched him leave a cavalry and get decimated.
Okay. He needs a bit of wisdom to go with the leadership.
It's just because you win most of the time doesn't mean you'll always win.
Of course.
There are bigger things in this world than you.
Yes, and he ran into it. The Master's elite.
They were not his elite.
Well, they were elite to us.
They were his shock troops.
That was his shock troops.
Yes.
Okay, I hate to see his elite then.
His elites rarely make the field. They're normally kept behind the walls of his domain.
Okay.
If he sends his elite into the field, he's doing his final attempt.
Okay, so that'll be basically the siege of the tree.
Or the thing that breaks the back of the defences.
Am I right in saying he's paranoid and his elite are like personal bodyguards?
He has spent over 100 years planning this.
Okay.
And the elite are his bodyguards.
Mm.
Because his spirit is not always in his body.
Okay. So it's sort of like teleporting in as assassins. Not a plan that's going to work here.
You cannot teleport into his domain.
Okay.
Yeah, because he'll just take control of whoever's there.
You can't literally teleport into his domain.
Oh, that's just fair enough. I thought it might have been tried and failed a few times already.
Many have tried to assassinate him over the years,
Yeah.
and yet he still comes. And whether they succeed or not, he may still come.
You've never met Kuroi, though.
He's a bad dream.
He is on his last steps to immortality. He can only be killed by a specific circumstance of events.
Okay, specifically. Yeah, that's a point, actually. How do you stop someone in that position?
Generally not by saying please.
No.
Oh, put them in a Pokeball.
But generally trying to crush it to death.
That also sounds like a strategy that's been tried and failed.
Sometimes it is by taking what they seek and putting it outside their grasp, which the elves are trying to do.
Okay, well, maybe they've got the right idea.
It's just whether or not the world can hold him at bay long enough for them to succeed. Once the trees are gone, he has no need to invade.
I'm trying to think a couple of steps ahead. It shows my lack of world knowledge here. If the elves do manage to separate the tree from the world, what happens to the world?
We don't know.
The elves are no longer a part of it.
Just the elves no longer. The world doesn't fall apart. It doesn't fall into ruin.
Well, we
or
don't
despair
know.
or something.
Well, the Master has taken control of the world tree's connection to the world.
Okay.
And the elven trees are children of the world tree. So while they have some of the power of the world tree, they are not as powerful as the world tree. The world tree connects different planes together. So the Master is part of more than one plane. When you cross into his domain, you leave this world and go into his.
Have we bitten off more than we can chew here?
I mean, if we're trying to take the master down directly now, yeah, but the whole point is to build up an offensive, change the
He
plan.
never reached the final boss without learning his weakness, she says.
Yeah, okay, I agree.
We need to get more of those pocket dimension ball things.
Yes, but they will not work in his plane.
We just need to get him out of his plane.
He has not left his plane since he created it.
What a snobby bastard.
It's how he's gained so much power. He does not age in his plane.
So how does getting the elves tree give him more mortality?
It is his quest.
Okay. So it's bound up in fate or something for him.
He has been challenged with this task. If he succeeds, he overcomes the challenge and becomes a god.
Okay.
Whoever set the challenge chose the challenge.
Do we know who set the challenge or no?
Someone who hates elves.
2-pack.
Not that bad. I mean, some of us that bad.
It would not have been Ixion or Tupac, she says.
Yeah, no.
I was gonna say, isn't Tupac one of the supposed patrons of elves?
He is.
Yeah.
But it may be Anzantiotl, who was once an elf, but is a corrupter of all things. Maybe the patron. But asking a quester their patron is something that they will never answer. And magic will not tell you.
Okay.
So, which doom do you wish to start with?
I think we agreed on air.
I think the air cult
Yep.
is the
Well, I
first.
can cast Featherfall quite quickly.
That's good.
So you wish to go to Feathergale Spire.
Sounds good.
Yep. Sounds like
So
a
the one
plan.
we had to fly up to.
That was the one that you cannot reach without flight, yes.
Yeah.
And she does say, before you leave, does Koroi wish to continue his service in her domain, or does he wish to leave now and deal with her promise later?
No. I'm good to hang around. I'm very happy to hang around. I'm happy with this arrangement.
Well, you did
I'd
make
rather-
you did make a good ornament and door guard for a while.
Yes, thank you. I take pride in being very ornamental. Please don't send me back.
But you don't wish to go back to the real world.
No.
Okay.
Where is your growth?
What's the problem?
Listen here, I'm Peter Panning my way through my life. What are you doing?
I was Peter Panning with my life as well, and then all hell broke loose.
Is that when you got sober, or?
Yeah.
It was
And then,
required
You
to
know
be
how much
sober.
money I made killing people and then real life showed up? It's just ridiculous.
money
It's
is nothing.
unreasonable that I should be expected to engage in real life activities.
Well, what about your brother?
And she says, so be it, you must now engage with real life. It is your time.
No, I don't want to.
Ha!
And the next form you choose, you will be stuck in.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah.
So don't be a rat.
That's unacceptable. How am I supposed to make my living?
Well,
You are.
Seriously.
You shall not be able to kill anyone for the next year, she says.
What?
oh, that's going to be a tough one.
I object.
You can object all you like.
Um,
I'm writing a letter to my local minister of magic. Dear sir or madam, I am a semi-amorphous blob, and I demand my rights.
Oh, Blobby, she says.
Yes.
so was it raspberry flavoured?
I wish you were all dead. But I can't make that happen now, can I? Wait, hang on. Define people. Define kill. Define technicalities.
Okay,
Favorite
so
word in the common tongue.
whenever you fail to meet one of her designs, you will find out afterwards how bad it was.
Oh, so it's like experience. I learn the lesson after I take the test.
Yes,
That doesn't seem very fair at all.
that's what she likes about it.
Sounds like a lot of fun.
I-
actually.
I regret ever dealing with you.
And she thinks now you have learnt your lesson.
I'll be back in a sec, guys.
Okay.
Deals are not meant to be in your favour, she says. When dealing with those who have power, you don't expect to gain more than they have.
No, definitely
Yes. And so goes the saying, never deal with a dragon.
not. Let's go say, never trust the powerful.
So yes, once you leave this manor, you will find yourself at the foothills of the Ethengar Spire.
Okay.
May alarm them somewhat, considering they would not have seen you coming.
That's okay.
We will do our best. Can we use your name and say that we were sent by you
Feel free to use
and to
them.
not be alarmed? feel free to use your name.
But of course, very few of them have met her. They have heard of her name, but they are generally not who she meets. Though you'll be walking on many of them as you leave.
Okay, here now. We're from the Shadow Dragon. You can trust us.
What, she who dwells in the shadows? Yeah, I think that's going to be...
The Lady of Runeth Manor has sent
Yeah.
us.
The Lady of Runeth Manor sent us. You can trust us.
No, you just need to know the secret handshake.
She's also known as the End.
Okay. Lots of different ends, though. Lots of different
Yeah, but
ends.
it's also the beginning.
Well, she's where all of the cults end up.
Yeah, and also the beginning, the source. You said before that.
She convinced people to come here, but she was not the source.
Okay.
She just has influence over them. So her task is to guide these people.
On
So
the
I need to
plus
gain-
side...
Do I need to gain a darkness aspect? in order
You
to-
will end up gaining a darkness aspect if you work with them.
Okay.
Yeah, I worry about having two aspects. Things are complicated enough as it is.
But you've also got your Patreon aspect as well.
I don't have a patron.
You will have an elven patron,
Mm.
which you worship because you have to, not because you want to.
Mm.
The gods have made it that way. Those who do not believe in the gods or follow the worship that as dictated by those gods go mad within 1 week and die.
That's true.
I thought they were banished to the under.
No, the demons come and grab them as they die,
Okay. So they are banished to the
Yes.
underground.
which is why
Yes.
they go mad. As they cannot sleep or gain rest until they eventually die of exhaustion. Rather horrific way to go.
Mm.
Yeah, doesn't appeal.
Which is why Redrian has his belief is the god should not dictate the affairs of mortals.
Yeah, I got to admit, I kind of see the point. I just kind of agree with that. Particularly when the way the gods are behaving now. Come on, bunch of bloody 3-year-olds throwing tantrums.
They are. And the entire thing happened because the great god of fire was denied by the T-Rex god.
Denied? What do you mean denied?
He wanted to eradicate 2 other gods that were in his hierarchy because they refused to obey him.
Well, it sounds like the fire gods, not the...
It's within his right.
Okay.
And as the T-Rex god intervened, he started the war by saying no.
It's the air. It's the air and fire thing all over
Well,
again.
this was fire and earth.
Yeah, but I'm just saying it's the elements fighting over, saying which is better and all this other crap.
It was more the God said that it's a god of preservation is the one who said you should not destroy the only 2 gods who were not sponsored by another god. Because they did not have to follow the hierarchy of sponsorship. Hence, they could say no to their ruler of their section. They had free will. The only gods that have free will in the pantheon.
Okay.
Sort of says something, doesn't it?
It does. It means that all the others are doing what they've been programmed, if you like, to do.
What they're required to do to become a god. Each step of godhood has certain requirements, such as the master must destroy all the elves by reaching the tree of life.
That's what Master will have to run part of him.
Alright, well, I think we're off to the Feathergale Spire.
He says, well, good luck, and I'm sure we will speak again.
Okay.
We will.
Thank you.
We have a token.
You do have a token.
Cool. Anything else? Anyone else?
Just want to clarify, can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, perfect, thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
We want to know what you look like when you come out.
What form does Koroi choose as his stuck-in form for a year?
He's still an amorphous blob.
You're going to be stuck in a blob.
Well, he said...
No, he hasn't chosen a form yet.
So he's stuck in whichever form he chooses.
He looks at Samir for a moment.
I have wings.
Yes, I did notice that.
Even if he gets the wings, he can't guarantee he gets the flight.
It's true.
He gets to plummet.
What about
He can fall in style.
What about Drazzle? That would cause a lot of confusion for people.
No, thank you. I'd rather die. Yeah.
Thank you.
You hear in the background, Dressel can arrange.
I know.
What, killing or make him look like Dressel?
Yes.
And Dressel says yes.
How about you look like horse?
Stop horsing around.
No, Dressel's
Have you
horse.
thought about something inconspicuous?
What, a gnome?
No, I was thinking like a small
puppy.
creature, like a puppy. Well,
Then we could all be rolling with our gnomies.
Yes, a coffee gnome, able to go in anywhere.
Look, if this all goes to the dogs, the thing is that I'll have to survive on my wit, charm, and good looks.
But
So
don't you
you're going to
have-
go as an elf. How original.
No, don't be ridiculous. That's boring.
Well, okay, halfling.
Look, let's just wander around until I figure something out.
You keep thinking humanoid. It's too limiting.
Well, you could turn into an owl and pretend that you're a druid.
Shut up.
Or how about something like a centaur?
How about you all shut up and let me be me, and we'll continue on.
We're
Well-
trying to choose you. That's the point.
No, thank you.
The stay
Or Immortals blood, let's get going.
What
Okay.
about a talking cat then?
And tease me all you want, but I'm wondering what you look like with your organs on your outside. In fact, to quote a lovely song, I want to see your insides become your hecking outsides.
So you're going to be a flesh golem.
Yeah.
No, I'm not talking about me, I'm talking about what I'm going to do to all of you if you continue on with your nonsense.
Great. So we've now got the
You've got the blob.
Angry
We've got
amorphous
the-
blob.
bard, who's also the barber surgeon.
I kind of thought centaur was a good option for a bard.
Hang on, if he's a bard and a surgeon, we're going to call him like Sweeney Todd or something.
Yeah.
I am getting, I may start swearing in a second, I'm getting quite frustrated.
Okay, so yes,
Mow, mow.
you start walking down the road of skulls,
With a singing,
Carefully.
with a singing blob.
realizing that this may end up being your fate now.
Look, so many fates look terrible at the moment. You know, it's just one of a million.
I'm
Like,
doomed to death anyway.
Hey! Let's see. My fate previously would have been locked up in an iron armor, wandering around obeying gnomes.
What are you, a full metal alchemist?
No,
Almost became that.
I almost came on. I did not want that.
Didn't read the fine print.
You always read the fine print, my friend. I didn't
At the
read
time,
fine
I couldn't
print.
understand
Look where I am
the language.
now. A very handsome amorphous blob, but an amorphous blob all the same. Have you ever seen such a handsome amorphous blob?
so are you
I'm going to call him
human?
Squishy.
No, he's Gumby.
No, I'm Ditto for the moment.
And
But Gumby is a great representation of who I want.
He's the BBC character Mr. Blobby. Come on, get it right.
I feel like there's a Mr. Men reference coming up.
Flubber.
Oof. That's a good one.
So yes,
Alright. I did the frustrating thing.
and you find yourself coming out back onto the rolling mounds at the foot of Feathergale Spire. Looking back, the road of skulls are long gone.
Do we know how much time has passed in the real world?
It looks like it's approaching sunset.
well, as soon as the night comes up, I'll be able to work it out. See the stars, try to work out everything.
Well,
I think asking Drazzle wouldn't help.
you can see the half moon still up in the sky, saying that it's the same night you reached Randeth Manor. Time has not passed.
Okay, so could have gone backwards.
Well, it could be different.
It's the same time you left.
Okay, so it was just a blink of the eye.
Is that right, Drazzle?
Drazzle says, yes, we are here.
Okay, that's not a helpful answer, but anyway.
Time is now.
And
Oh.
now is yesterday.
When does Drazzle ever actually answer the question properly?
Every now and again.
No, if he does, it means that something's in trouble. We're in trouble.
That
Yes.
means something is very, very wrong.
Well, he has said, don't do that again. And people are going, but I haven't done it yet. He said, yes, you have. Didn't like. Redo this time, not do same mistake. Drazzle tired of rewinding time.
Okay.
No, backy backy.
Hey, Draddle, remember that time we... Yes.
So yes, you see this really magnificent spire sticking out of the ground before you. and spiraling out of it are a flight of griffins.
Cool.
For those who've
I prefer to be a griff off.
those who've interacted with the cult before, what can we expect?
Death.
Okay. Are they going to be completely?
I'm joking, I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh no, actually they were actually probably one of the friendlier ones actually, very amenable to
Yeah, except for
hearing our story and sharing theirs.
Did somebody say Dory?
Did someone say Corey?
No. If they were, it would be a bit of a boring.
Corey, okay. So does this mean you turn into a giant of a person who ends every sentence in a rhyme to the previous?
No, but I do go out to the wonderful suburb of Flory.
Great.
I'm sure we'll have other Princess Bride quotes coming later.
So you're going as the six-fingered man, or you're going to be like Andre the Giant, or you're going to be a bald, snivelling human.
Well, he is doing the roaming, so he does suit the giant more. So yes, you see these griffins spiraling down, and as they do, you see the armored knights on top with lances and pennants flickering in the breeze.
You self-damned waiters. I assume that.
Zal will. Did we travel with all our animals?
You only travelled with a small amount of them this time.
Okay.
It's a small amount.
Well, she has 3 instead of 20.
Okay.
Is the axe beak still here?
Yes.
Yeah.
The Ethengar main character of mine is very happy about these.
So as Corey turns his blobby face around, he can see the axe beak staring directly at him.
Yes.
And you all hear it say one word:
Dessert?
play.
An axe beak. You could become an axe beak.
No. He wouldn't last very long. He'd get murdered by that axe beak. That axe beak does not like other axe beaks.
Oh, okay.
I will. As I turn around and get the spear off my back, did Atlas come along? Or did we leave Atlas behind?
Atlas did come along.
Okay, I will call Atlas down, and I will also point the spear at the axe beak and say, "No easy blob."
He doesn't taste nice.
That is your friend, Croy.
You
If you eat me, I will give you the worst indigestion.
You see the axe beak lift up one of its claws, and as you watch, its nails just seem to extend.
Please don't kill me. I'd rather be alive.
And no clawing.
He just has a really huffy sort of look. You can tell by the way his feathers just puff up.
Yeah. We will go on a hunt later, but no killing our friend for now, please.
My goodness, what a handsome creature this one is.
He moves up to the blobby and sticks his face in it.
He does look very friendly. Oh, look! He's very friendly. Oh,
he's starting to lick me. He's starting to drink me.
Please don't eat me.
And then pulls his head out.
Spend some time intentionally trying to make friends.
He does pull his head out and shake off gooey bits, but he seemed happy.
That was pieces of me. Oh, God.
If you shoot a amorphous blob, you'll grow back.
Yeah, but does those ones...
I believe you could shut up.
But does the ones that have shaken off actually become sentient and grow on their own?
Oh, yes, I am actually an ooze.
More's the concern of which parts did you lose?
All
If
of
you
them.
turn into a human again, are you going to be missing a finger?
No, but you'll be missing a brain. Oh, what you already are. Never mind.
And
Well, this is anybody good at contortioning themselves into a bull.
You would be. You're an amorphous blob.
Maybe.
Yeah, the character would be, but I sure as heck ain't.
So yes, as you're watching the shenanigans with the Axebeak, you see the griffins all land around you, with the about 12 knights.
Oh,
Are they looking very friendly?
They do have their helms down, and you see pennants on the top of their helm and on their lances, which are pointed in your direction.
I'm not taking that as friendly.
Well, having a weapon drawn is rarely in friendship.
I will raise a spear and say who I am, where we've come from, and that we need to speak to. I can't remember the captain's name. I don't have my book in front of me right now.
So, what language do you choose to do so in?
What was the language there? Alsatian, yes.
Afratian was their native language, but they can speak other languages as well. It's just which language do you choose to speak in? It does set the tone.
yeah.
Much like if you spoke to the Traldaran in Thiaton, he would think you're talking down to him.
Okay. What did then?
I would use I would probably use my native Ethengarian.
Okay, so
Because that's a pretty neutral language, I think.
it is a language of the Earth people.
Okay, well,
Wouldn't you just go
That
for
is
the
true.
native air?
Hold on.
what would be a language of well, apart from
Well, Haldanic is one of the air tongues, as is Orin, which is the elemental air tongue.
I mean, I could use celestial.
I could cast
That's
tongues on
Okay,
you. if it
right?
I can cast tongues on you if it would help.
I can also cast tongues, but it will take 10 minutes. And given that they're already pointing spears at us.
Doesn't take me 10 minutes.
No, she's got it as a ritual.
Yeah.
I don't have. I have it automatically without ritual. It costs points.
I mean, I've got Ethengar, Thiaton, Dwarven, Celestial, Draconic, Elvish, Altec, Gnomish, and Sidonese.
Would you like me to say something?
I mean, I could also use Oldish, given that we have another air aspect of Elf with us.
I speak Orin and Celestial as well.
What side of those languages would be better, Martin?
Well, give me a society check if you have it.
Society? Or is that insight?
Society is a skill about cultures. So, culture. I think it is, not society.
Culture.
Yeah,
Yeah.
culture. So you can. You're probably not trained in it at this stage, so you can use wisdom with it to see what is the best thing to use.
As you are thinking and doing stuff, the amorphous blob turns himself into an generic human bard
So now generic human.
and starts doing some lovely cartwheels and performance for our Haldanic wanker friends.
And you hear this one word from the Axebeak, play, as it starts chasing the bard, trying to take off one of his legs.
Yep, happy for that to be a thing and for me to look like an absolute idiot.
What a pity.
No natural funny one.
Okay, so you do think that Orin would be the most favourable tongue, and while Alphatian would get you your meaning across, it would be slightly better than speaking in Ethengarian.
Yeah. Anything would be better than speaking in Ethengar, by the way.
Okay.
There's a small war going on.
If I can do that, then I will then.
Okay, so and Samir can actually translate for you into Orin to get you the most favourable result.
Can I? So I'd also before you do some carry on, we'll cast a spell on you.
You cast a spell on me? Wait,
It's tongues.
Oh, you just instantly cast tongues on me?
Yeah.
Oh, go away, puppy.
Apparently,
Sorry,
Puppy
we
was
just
trying to
got
cast
dinner.
tongues on you as well.
Yeah, apparently. And we just got dinner and burgers.
So yes,
And
as you go to talk to Samir, everyone understands you.
Alright, well that works.
Of
Hooray.
course, it's not using any specific words. It's using whatever words they understand. The meaning of what you're trying to say. So it's like comprehend languages. It just gets the meaning across, not the words. So if you're going to tell someone a command word for something, you don't want to use tongues or comprehend languages.
Okay.
Because it gets the meaning, not the word.
It's the meaning, not the word. Okay.
Yes. If you got the word and not the meaning, it would not tell you what they were saying. Because some languages, the sentences are completely broken in a different way.
Yeah.
You're like, bird plane spot. What does that mean? Bird plane spot.
It's actually the Winter Soldier's trigger phrase.
Which could be quite true. So yes, you seem to be able to communicate with them, and they do look at you a bit oddly because, well, they understand what you're meaning, not what you're saying.
But I mean, you can always choose the language in which you speak. But you know, I dare say they might be a little bit distracted by this weird amorphous blob that has like turned into a human and starts getting chased by some horrifying bird brain monster. I imagine that might be a wee bit distracting.
With the backing of the Benny Hill tune. I think I've got.
Yes, because the trick with tongues is understand.
Yeah, I know.
No.
I also had to look at the comprehend languages. Yeah.
Yes, I had someone using tongues or comprehend languages, to read the command word of something, and they just couldn't get it to work and wondered why.
Okay. I've got both comprehend languages and tongues.
Yeah, tongues is a really useful spell in situations where you don't really want to identify yourself as, I don't know, militantly Ethengarian.
So yes, the leader gets off his mount. The others slightly raise their lances to the point where they could drop it and attack if they need to, but they're not currently pointing at people's faces.
That's better than before, isn't it?
It is. The leader pulls off his helm and says, "It has been a while since you've been here. Why have you come?"
We are here to talk to you about the war, and that we would very much like for you to fight with us.
He starts lowering his helmet, and
Yeah.
just a couple of guys around him. You see the lances start to lower.
No, not that kind of fight. I mean, good bird brain.
Great, that's going to make the lances drop even quicker.
We have just come from the Lady of Reneth Manor, and we need to speak to whoever is in charge here.
Sure. Fly on up, and you can greet our host.
Sure, I can do that.
As they get on their griffins and fly off with the thing of no battle today, battle tomorrow. And
I don't trust
for
these Haldanic knights.
Racing, these are Alphatian knights, not Haldanic knights, but they use the
Same
Griffin as
things.
their mount.
Look, the Ethengarian in me doesn't care.
Yeah, well, play my winnings and fly. My preferred mode of transport anyway.
Well, hey, they think anyone who can't fly is beneath them.
Oh,
They have to
is that a
have
pun
balance.
and an insult?
Yeah, and I'm always looking up to them.
Everyone's always looking up to me.
Except for the giants, and they look down on you.
So yes, they say they'll see you on the top.
Okay.
Does that mean we'll have to do some mountaineering?
You guys can
There are no handholds looking up.
I have... I have mountaineering gear!
Yes, but you're gonna have to embed it in stone.
Yeah, that's one hell of a pittin'.
It's a Pitten +5.
How high up is it?
It goes up about 80,
Cloud level.
80 feet at least you can see.
Okay, I've got just thinking I've got dimension door. So I need to be able to see to actually use that.
Yeah, you
And
can
the top
dimension
of it
door and
is-
go...
The top of the tower is not visible.
Okay.
Not
I'm
against
sure
the tower.
between me and Samio, we can ferry people up to the top.
That's true.
And yes,
Oh yeah.
yes, you can help out.
Cheval does have fly now.
Yeah, we need a druid with a bag of magic beans.
Anyone got a portable hole everyone can jump in?
I've got a bag of magic beans.
Dressel says door backwards.
No, not the door. Not the door.
Yeah, but that goes anywhere, doesn't it?
No, backwards.
Yeah.
I don't think we need backwards right now.
Well, I've got to move.
We need forwards.
Oh god. Oh my eyes. Why do I work on cars underneath? Why do I work underneath the car?
Especially at this time of night.
You know what? I'm stuck at work. And I need to be able to get home.
That's why you're working on the car.
Yeah! Oh, Jesus. That's...
What did you do to your 4x4 car?
The clutch master cylinder died.
Oh wow, that's long.
Those sound like cards stitched together.
I'm sure it makes sense to people who talk
painful spot
about.
in existence.
Get
Yeah, it's
Uber,
not,
charge
it's
it
not
to the
bad,
company.
'cause I drive a Land Cruiser, it's not that bad.
Oh, fair enough.
Oh, okay, that's right then. They're still
And
paying
an
off
old
without
Land Cruiser
her.
at that.
Yeah.
Yeah, look, I'm not jumping for joy right now, especially when I have to pay for new master and slave cylinder. I'll pay retail, I'll pay retail. Huh?
Oh, sorry, I was speaking to my dog because she's standing at the back door, at the dog door, wanting to go outside.
It's probably a cat sitting on the other side.
No, she just, I don't know what she's doing. Come on, outside. Outside.
Let's see. Oh, I've got a bag of treats.
So who does Yodri hitch a ride with? The Rainbow Elf, the Flaming Paladin, or the Flying Griffin, or the Flying Axebeak?
I'll go for the flying griffin.
So you get on the Griffin with Zal.
Yep.
I wouldn't drop you more than once.
No, the Axebeak is a boring conversationist. Basically goes play or food play.
Well, you've only just.
You leave my friend alone.
Have you still got legs?
He does. So the Axebeak has offered to fly Croy up.
Yay!
So he grabs him by the ankle and starts flying him up.
I knew this was going to happen.
Well, that's his favourite place to grab people.
I'm okay with this.
Well,
Yes.
just be happy that it's still attached.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't like losing limbs I've just made.
And you realise that as you shoot up, the Actbeak is not flapping its wings to fly.
Oh, that's okay. I don't breathe air. I think. I don't even know anymore. Oh, wow. I'm going to get brake fluid in my eyes. I can see it.
Yes, I don't think that's a great thing as your last sight.
No.
I'm sure it's fine. What could possibly go wrong?
Clang! That.
Oh, I'm stuck.
So am I.
Alright. I guess I'll take.
Help me, step bro.
Okay, so you've quickly brought up to the pinnacle of the spire above the clouds, realizing that the clouds itself are a construct of the tower.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't move with the wind.
Oh.
Oh god, I got rust in my eyes.
It's just like, why aren't they moving? I can control the weather. Why aren't they going anywhere?
And it lights up with your primary element as you go through it.
I don't know what my primary element is.
Lightning.
Deception.
Lots of lightning.
Probably darkness for Koroi.
Yeah, I just don't know, hey. What are the options?
Well, it's dark, air, earth, fire, and water, and you've just spent a year serving the Queen, the Lady of Darkness.
Hello,
Darkness Justice imprisoning me on a scene.
And yes, you find yourself on a garden suspended way above the clouds,
Cool.
with a stairwell going down and enough opening to fly down the inside of the tower.
Did Drizzle
Oh,
come?
rust does not taste good.
Nobody's up here.
Okay, alright.
Neither does brake dust.
I know I did all my brakes the other day.
You don't remember seeing him come up here, but he's up here.
Yeah,
I'm just getting used to this.
Yeah, he was always up here.
he's been waiting for us.
Brake fluid tastes even worse.
You're not supposed to drink it. Blood for the blood god is not a great way of doing things.
Sorry, I missed who was up here, who we didn't see. Was it Drazzle?
Drizzle's up here, yes.
Yeah, okay.
But he was always
I'm gonna presume that he used his magic backwards door.
Don't know how
Considering
he
he
did it,
mentioned
but he
it.
was here. Waiting for us.
Interesting word for his butt.
He is sitting here working on his book, which you're used to him working on.
Does he let us look at this book?
Sometimes he shows you pictures of it.
Okay.
Normally you wish he didn't.
Pictures of the book, not pictures in the
I'm
book.
curious. I look over his shoulder. What's he writing?
He's writing about how you're looking over his shoulder.
Okay,
And he
alright.
doesn't like it.
Okay, that was just...
Really?
And there is a picture of you looking over his shoulder, looking down at the book, which you can even see the writing on the picture of the book as
Okay.
you looking over his shoulder, reading the
The
book. with a picture.
kaleidoscope's too much. I step away.
And yet you've seen very similar things previous times when you've gone to see what he's doing.
Okay. So no real surprises then. Okay.
Normally it's something different every time.
Oh, okay. But this time it was just the immediate scene, but other
Yes.
times it's other things.
A couple of times it's been how you died.
No, I think she was chewing low.
How I died, but I haven't died yet.
In this timeline.
Okay. Well, all right. I might as well at least know what it is that my fate is. What's my fate?
Well, every other timeline has the time has passed from your death.
Oh, okay. These are alternate timelines.
Yes. Currently, this is the only timeline you're still alive.
Are we talking like a multiverse type thing?
Yep. Very much so.
Yeah.
Oh god, brake fluid in my head.
Matters. The others don't matter.
Hey Mum, sorry, I've got to go to bed. I've had a rough week.
All good. You go rest up.
Yeah, thanks. See you shortly.
See you soon, Josh.
So, that makes you alone. multiverse.
Yeah, I've never met all my other versions myself anyway, so what does it matter?
Drizzle has.
What were they like?
Dead?
He looks at you and still.
Okay. That makes no sense.
Full of regret.
Full of regret, okay.
Uncompleted promises.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Tears of sorrow.
This is just more of the same.
Alright. I'm gonna keep down following.
Wow. Turns out in the last life you have left, you die of shame from Drizzle.
I'm not sure it's shame, really. It's just...
It's either that or that's what Drizzle did with all his other versions of himself.
And
Well, when you ask someone your fate, you really don't want to know what your previous undesirable fates were.
yeah. But I'm sure there are actually more that he hasn't revealed.
Of course, every moment you live is another branch of possibility.
Okay. So I'm creating more branches as we speak.
Yeah, but they're also being killed off, so you need to work out who's killing you off.
Bargle, he says.
Who?
Okay, come here.
Spit to the ground.
Bargle the wizard.
Spit to the ground.
Oh, Barble the Wizard.
Spit to the
How do you
ground.
spell it?
Bargle.
Oh, Bargle. Okay.
Spit to the ground.
It's a long way
Have
down.
you met
Joseph.
this Bargle, Drizzle?
Spit to the ground.
Many times.
What's he like?
Angry.
I'm just going to try dehydration to keep this off.
It's alright, I'll take a swig of my decanter of endless water or whatever. Yeah.
What you really want?
What do you say?
Decanter of
Shut up.
Whiskey.
You want a decanter of endless wine, don't you?
Yeah, he does.
No, that's.
You do have your alchemy jug.
Yeah, I've got my alchemy jug for that too.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure I have enhanced victuals too.
Yeah, the
I can literally turn water into wine.
Well, that would make you very popular.
yeah, you could probably also turn water into acid too.
No. It's not a very fun way to kill. I mean, what?
Water into bleach.
Okay, so you're met by a
Chicken reasons to die
Moroska.
with.
Thil Moroska is the current commander of the Ethengar Knights.
Oh.
He has feather patterns ornamenting his armor.
Also, what was his name again, Mom? Because he's the one we met before, wasn't it?
Thil Moroska,
Phil Nelson, that's it.
Moroska.
commander of the Ethengar Knights.
Moroska.
Yes.
Ow. I just headbutted something.
Well, you know you're not supposed to use your head to make it work. That is very Russian.
Work smart, not hard. Did you say it was Russian?
Yes.
Yeah, that's okay. That's because I'm in a hurry.
It's Russia. Engine fixes you.
No, alright, let's quote a wonderful movie from my childhood. Russian parts, American parts, all made in Taiwan.
I knew we were going to get a little flaming into the game.
Bruce Willis
Yeah.
saves the world by blowing up an asteroid.
But are you going to be hitting your car with the wrench?
No, he used his forehead.
Myself with a wrench don't make me work properly.
He says, "Well, welcome to the tower."
Thank
You
you.
don't feel very welcome.
It's nice up here.
He says, to be honest, you're not very welcome, but hey, we've heard of you, servant of the Dark Lady.
I mean, is it really a servant who's being forced? I think that's
Yes.
slavery.
By definition.
Surf's up.
Yes, most of us do not believe in slavery. She does.
Yeah, who'd have thought the Lady of Darkness believed in slavery? Huh.
She
Twist.
forces you to be a better version of yourself.
Yes, against my will.
Yes, that's the forced part.
Oh great, you understand slavery now, well done. Look, you're a better person already. And am I done now? Can I go home?
Sure, that you just take a few steps that way and you'll plummet right to where she is.
Hard pass. Hard pass.
Well, that's what we used to refer to it as.
I am far too engaged to engage in battles of will right now. Some might say, being as though I'm working on the clutch head, really clutching for straws.
So, why have you returned this day? He says, looking at Zal.
The number you have called is not connected.
It is currently in the lock screen, waiting to be unlocked.
No, I was, Puppy knocked over a soda stream, and so soda water just went everywhere.
And Puppy was happy there was a new toy.
Puppy was thirsty.
Yeah, and it's cordial, so now the floors are all sticky, so yay.
That's where you pick Puppy up and rub it down.
Sorry?
You pick Puppy up and rub it down.
Yeah, then you
Yeah.
need to bath Puppy.
Yeah, the puppy is about to go up for adoption. Given what she's done today. So sorry, Martin. I missed what the question was.
Question was, why have you come this day?
Well, our fair lady of the darkness, as you so rightly pointed out, we have apparently the servant of with us, has tasked us to call you to our aid, or to help in the war effort against the master.
So does this mean you finally wish to join our number and prove your might?
If that
might not show up here again.
if that is what it takes.
No, nerd.
So, for my first task, he says, I will tell you after we sit down and have a fine meal on this night as the sun sets.
You've got to go on a date with him.
He does look at you and says, I was referring to all of you, not just the enlightened ones amongst you.
I'm quite full, but are you a little bit to be polite to our hosts?
Well, you can always make room.
I had a lot to eat. Not long ago.
Yeah, you can always make room.
So as you come down, you see that there is a large space, not quite as elaborate as the Dark Lady's, but this one seems to be made out of mainly white marble.
Pretty.
And various accents of black and white seen throughout the room.
Needs a splash of colour, but otherwise cool.
You do note all their emblems are black and white.
So, Samir, you are the colour.
I'm always the colour. Just need the touch of fairy floss.
Well, that would definitely be a sticky situation to be in. So he sits down and starts asking you about your lives.
It's boring up until now.
He can live with boring, he says.
Oh.
He's never met a flying elf before.
I've met falling elves.
So is he, but he's never met a flying one. Wings and you.
Wings are great.
But are you actually still classed as an elf?
Yes. I'm a winged elf. That is my race.
The winged elves are from the other end of the continent.
We don't get out much.
They're so insular that they don't believe other species that deserve their attention, including other races of elves.
Yeah.
So, they're the high elves. High and mighty elves.
Yeah, they're sounding like stuck-up prats.
Yeah, but most elves I've met are stuck up prats, but yeah.
They take it to another level.
Yeah.
Literally.
They've literally put themselves up on a pedestal.
And anyone who wears anything other than white is frowned upon.
I wore black just to be contrary. And now,
Well,
I got
did you
given
point
colour.
out that in darkness, white will still be black?
Well, they don't fly at night.
Yeah. Despite the fact we have, fantastic sight. We don't venture down from a mountaintop.
So, on a tactical point of view, if you want to attack them, you attack them at night.
Yes, but to find them is the hard part.
Yeah. They don't get out.
They've left their home for the first time in over 1,000 years.
Yeah.
Because they were required to.
I'm one of the few that's actually out roaming. They're either on the mountain or fighting. That's it. Look.
Are they all fighting against the monster?
No, they're
No.
fighting to save the Mother Tree of Life.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Because if that falls, it doesn't matter if the Master reaches it, all the elves are dead anyway.
Pretty much.
Yeah, that's fair.
Sounds like a great way to go. A great fate, really.
Yes.
And then I got plucked out of the back of the cart, and yeah.
Yep. Always good at how that happens. And she turns around and goes, Yodri, I believe you have a tale to tell.
Tails.
Which do you wish to start with?
Oh, I'll start with how I became the first halfling sky pirate, and then go on through there.
He is quite happy about your stories, sometimes asking for more details.
Yeah.
Rarely about things you think are important.
Okay. I normally don't.
Nothing sounds tactical that he's asking. Nothing sounds educational that he's asking. Sometimes it's just, and what sort of cut is that top? Or
Oh, okay, he's going on to that stage. Okay.
and how would you describe that colour? And
Yeah, I've got with my perception and persuasion and all that. Yeah, it'd probably be a nice, big, long conversation.
so he then also asks Anton about his time in the lands of woe, as he calls it.
Lands of Woe. I'm not sure what the Lands of Woe are.
Well,
Isn't that Galantry?
oppression, where the Troldaran people are oppressed by the Thiatan people.
Okay. I can tell you about being tricked. Is that something you want to hear?
Sure.
Okay. Well, when I was a lot younger, me and a group of friends, we idolised name of folk hero, whose name I can't think of. I'll come.
Halav is the biggest folk hero of your region. He was the
somebody
king.
who's alive, a rebel leader. I'll come up with a name one day. And we knew that he was being held, or where he was being held, and we got in contact with somebody who was made in the place where he was being held, and we thought we had a way to bust him out, and we stupidly tried.
And Flame Flicker would probably be the best choice for that, as that is one of the Troldaran folk heroes still living.
Okay. And what we learned...
Known to steal from the rich, noble Thiatans and give to the poor. Not all of the stuff that they steal, but they got to make a living.
And when we
keep
were
safe houses and that.
we were the short answer is we were betrayed, and it was all just a big trap, and so we were captured. And I thought, well, that little maid betrayed us, but no, she didn't. She was just a patsy in the whole thing. Do you know who was really behind it?
Bargle?
Not
Spit to the
Bargle.
ground.
No.
He's heard about Bargle.
Spit to the ground.
Bargle the Infamous, he
No,
says.
well,
Spit to the ground.
Not spit to the ground. No, it was the folk hero himself. He'd long since betrayed the cause for which he was famous. And so he told me that, what we were doing was pointless.
Are you sure it was the folk hero or someone trying to undermine the folk
Well,
hero?
since I've met Karoit, who knows? But he seemed quite. How would you put it?
Right?
Not content. It's
Hey.
not content.
I've never murdered anybody in
accepting
your presence that you
accepting.
know of.
He accepted that he
Actually, you're wrong.
accepted he'd failed.
You may not remember it, but I do.
He says, well,
Who did I murder in front of you? Anyway, we're busy. They're talking. Don't be rude.
You haven't murdered anyone. That's what you told us.
he hasn't murdered anyone that
Okay.
didn't deserve it.
Not
Is what he
True, yeah, I can understand that one.
And for the next year, you've taken a vow to
Have
never
you
kill
ever-
anybody.
Outside?
You've geared yourself to
Just be happy it's only a year.
Oh,
And what was that, Em?
He's talking
sorry.
to someone, dog, whatever.
Yeah, dog just decided to pee inside and being a pain in the ass. Come here.
So, the moral of the story is you don't believe everything you hear.
And he does say, make sure that it's the hero you thought it was before you follow them. Because there are many false heroes who use others' fame to their advantage.
Yeah. He just seemed to be content to... It's not the right word. I'm trying to think of the right word. It was sort of like... he'd come to an acceptance of being... being a symbol, a false symbol of resistance.
Again, make sure it is the right hero, because many heroes will be betrayed by those they most trust.
Yeah. To be betrayed by someone you idolised, though.
Someone you idolize.
As I find it's always best to just be as honest as possible in all things.
Yeah. Too bad most people aren't honest, correct?
Yes, yes.
Honesty is a
Quite.
harmful curse, he says. So, what does Kuroi say of his life when he is asked by the commander?
I mean, what do you want to know? What don't you want to know? And how much would you like me to censor it? You won't enjoy it.
Well, sure, tell me what you don't want to tell me.
I'll tell you everything.
Well, tell me a tale of how you became you.
How I became me? Well, you see, a long time ago, there was a man who deserved to die. And one day I decided that I was going to make that happen. He deserved it after all, so I made a deal. And I paid dearly for that deal, but I got what I wanted in the end.
Thus, Kuroi the Executioner was born.
Execution? No, don't be silly. Execution is far too public.
How did you know he deserved to die?
It was written, and so he believed.
Oh, okay.
You know what? Actually, no. But I knew because I knew. I knew because my family were dead.
So he killed your family, so you killed him?
Something of the like.
Okay. Simple matter of revenge.
Yeah, it seems to run in this party.
Revenge? No, preventative maintenance.
No.
Because I have
Family
more
members
family.
dying. I think I'm the only one who still has active family members.
Never thought about family members.
I do. They haunt me.
And they probably try to commune with you on a regular basis with the usual, what you wearing this time? Are you sure you should be wearing
How are
that?
you disappointing us today? Get out of my head, Mom!
Beige isn't white.
And always in such a tone that there's absolutely no emotion in their voice.
Oh,
No matter how
great.
much you try to
You mean
roil them right.
the elves are entire accountants?
It's the neutrals from Futurama. You're neutralness.
And no matter how much you rebel or try to anger them, they're just calm and saying, really? You're doing that today? Oh well, such a disappointment.
That'd be classed as emotional. Being disappointed.
Well,
absence of
they
emotional
don't. You don't
abuse.
sound emotional. Because they know the
So
effects
here's
of
good news.
Yep. You've reclutched.
Bad news is you're out of petrol.
Well, I don't actually. This car doesn't run on petrol.
Okay,
So
diesel.
yes.
The brake fluid's all leaked.
Oh,
He
he's got
swallowed too much fluid from his car.
he's got no brakes.
I do actually have brakes. I fixed them 3 weeks ago.
Family. Anyway.
Wow. So that's how you change a clutch master cylinder. Never knew how to do that.
Are you looking it up after the fact, or it's because you've just done it?
No, it's because I just did it.
was hoping
that
so.
hard, but I just had to figure it out.
Okay, so after he's gone through all of your stories, giving Zal a chance to tell a story if M wants to.
How does he respond to the stories?
He seems enthusiastic in asking questions at various points.
So he's definitely interested. Okay.
Seems to be more interested in fashion of your story than anything else.
Okay.
Which is why he wasn't particularly questioning Samir's story, because it just seems so bland in the background.
Well, it's because he comes from a bland
Samir,
place.
the basic bitch.
Well, Samir's got all the colour, but the story does not.
In the words of my dog Bronson, that's rough.
So, Em, are you back there?
I'm sorry, I just had to clean up after the puppy, which is weird because she hasn't had an accident in like 2 weeks inside, and she just decided to pee near the back door again.
Well, you're by yourself, you're doing something else, and not paying puppy attention time.
No, well, I was. She was sleeping. We just gave her a greenie. And
Sure, there wasn't a cat
Yeah.
holding the dog flap down.
no.
Or Yugi doing the same.
No, Yuki's asleep next to me. She's decided to go over near the bookshelf and pee inside for the first time in weeks, which is really annoying.
Different version of Spring a Leak.
So, yeah, sorry about that, and I thought I was on mute when I yelled at her, so apologies for that.
It's okay.
If there's one thing I know about Huskies, is that if chaos is an option, they will choose chaos.
They always choose chaos.
Our young doggy is part Husky, and chaos is what is always chosen.
Our husky used to jump the fence and come scratch at the front door.
Well, you don't let me in this way, let me in this
That
way.
sounds about right.
Pretty much.
And if you always let it in through the front door to take it to the back, then it always comes to the front door.
Just tried so hard to get us.
Very hard with learned behaviour. So yes, what does M say of the tale of Zal's life?
Well, did I tell my tale before when I was here last time?
You have told a tale, he's asking for a new tale.
I will tell him of my latest endeavors and my love interest.
So you're going to talk about you becoming a vampire and all that stuff?
I'll talk about the Fey Dark. I might omit some of the
Uncle Drac.
the vampire part, but
That's okay. It does mean that M's character is technically related to Jeremy's character in the Wednesday night as well. Which I'm sure would go and get an oh god from David.
Yeah, look, I have been trying very hard to keep quiet since you mentioned that.
Well, let's see. I think everybody's related in some way or another.
No, but look, if you're going to be related to anyone, you don't want to be related to this idiot.
Oh, okay.
I say idiot, but the real word, and I'm sorry for the recording, is dickhead.
Dimitri is in it for Dimitri.
Okay. Just a black sheep in the family.
Isn't he one?
No, he's just a dick.
Did Dimitri cause the fire of the elves?
No, from
Dimitri is the cause and fix and center of everything bad in the universe.
Okay.
From what you know, Zal is the black sheep of the family, so he's not surprised to hear of.
Related to another black sheep.
Yeah.
Most of the party are the
Wow,
black
that all
sheep.
sounds very bad.
But yeah.
Well, we had a dwarf who was a black sheep, or black goat of the family.
And
Yeah, I was
became
gonna
the Disney
say,
princess.
I know a guy.
That was the funnest curse I had inflicted upon someone.
Ew. That's a slug. Get off my tools, slug.
Robbie! So yes, he does find your story interesting, and he says, considering you are looking to become more ingrained in the Feathergale Knights, he needs to test your resolve.
Test my resolve. Okay.
Yes. So the first quest he has for you is he needs you to bring back the spines of a Manticore's tail after you have defeated it.
I'm gonna get stuffed and walk away.
Okay, Manticore.
Yeah, unfortunately, animal spells won't affect it because they class as a monster.
Yeah, monstrosity.
But Fireball will.
He does say bring back the spines, not the burnt husk of...
Well, the spines aren't flammable, are they?
They are if you kill it. Anything that is considered dead will be burnt up by a fireball.
I thought Fireball's still left bone in that.
It will do damage to anything up to its reduced by its resistance.
But also, DM says.
It's alright, I've never fought a Manticore, so it could be just... I know that some spines are just really toughened fur, hair and that.
Most of its spines are basically horn.
So
I was gonna say, I think
Keratin.
I thought it fought a Manticore, but then I realized I think I'm getting confused with the Pathfinder week, which we have fought a Manticore.
But you have fought a T-Rex?
I have fought
Can you not mention the T-Rex, please?
Why? You weren't there for the T-Rex.
No, I was there for our T-Rex, and it wasn't a pleasant time.
Well, either way, Zal got munched on.
I just really don't want to talk about the T-Rex, if I'm perfectly honest.
I wouldn't
Well,
know about
Why
that.
did you do the Land of the Lost version of T-Rex?
Next time we do stories, can we hear about the T-Rex?
Yeah. It wasn't like the Land of the Lost T-Rex scene?
Oh, it was in the...
Alright, so my next Bardic performance will be the story of the great Ethengarian warrior and battle chieftain Barman and the T-Rex. The purging of the T-Rex.
Was that the...
Martin, I know right now, I can't see the screen, but I know right now that Martin is smiling, probably in a way that is true to himself, and has been giggling for the last 45 to maybe 130 seconds.
Yep. Okay, yep. That's all true.
So true. And I do remember those quite vividly. There have been multiple
Yes,
dinosaurs, and many dinosaurs hurt in the making of this storyline.
Yeah. This one was something else.
Was that the one that you had tamed that died right after you tamed it?
I'm talking about the one that was peg-legged.
That's the one I'm talking about.
Yeah.
It wasn't a T-Rex, but it was a raptor.
Yeah, that'll do, whatever. It doesn't matter, and I hate thinking about it, because I'm still angry with that player for that very occurrence. Anyway,
Okay, so
that'll be story time.
Where can we find a Manticore?
he says there is one nesting in the valley to the south within half a day's flight.
You just gotta ask their number, and generally they'll let you call them. A Manticore.
Yeah.
Oh, great.
Sounds a bit wet to hear.
The main question is this something I have to do myself, or am I able to go with the party?
Well, if your minions die while helping you, that's up to you, he says.
Oh,
Hey.
Jesus!
Yes, but wouldn't it be more of she's actually trying to become of a leadership? So basically, her leadership should help us become victorious against the slaying and retrieving of these Manticore spines.
I'm sorry, did you guys just walk past the murder that was Martin destroying our entire reputation? Did you guys just skim past that?
His reputation has already been destroyed.
No, you guys... That was insulting. Like,
If
I'm pretty sure that you get charged with war crimes for that.
If Zala's supposed to lead the feathering gale,
And it's not the first time he's mentioned things in such a way to the party.
Yeah.
He considers anyone who doesn't have air and darkness aspects to be minions of Zal.
Wait,
yeah.
what am I?
You're currently air.
Yeah, I mean, but I'm not...
Do you wish to become more enlightened, he says.
Sure.
He does have a ritual that can gain you some insight.
It's not running
I
around.
would be very
You
careful.
might lose
With a rock in a
You might
socket.
lose all that colour.
There's a
Gain
rock,
inspiration.
sock with a rock in it, and just hitting him constantly saying, "Believe, believe."
He says, I'm
That would
sorry,
be
I don't
power
prescribe to
Christ
that
compels
religion.
you.
That sounds like the Earth cult to him.
Okay, I'm throwing lightning bolts at him.
That's a bit
That-
shocking to him.
The lightning bolts won't hurt me, so whatever. Throw lightning. Okay. Just summon the storm around me.
Alright, Percy Jackson, settle down.
But Percy Jackson didn't have wings.
You have friends that did.
Yeah, no.
So if you're willing to go through a ritual with him, by morning you will have one of your air aspects become darkness.
You're gonna regret it.
Probably,
And
but
it's
I
gonna be
reveal
awesome.
everything.
So that'll make his pale complexion even darker.
Well, most
Or-
likely give black highlights everywhere.
Oh, cool.
You know, all I'm saying is that when Martin offers you something,
Don't
don't
take it.
take it.
That seems like the opposite of what I should do.
You know what?
Chaos.
Take it.
Chaos.
You...
Accepting things that are given to me has given me a wand of fairy floss, a ring that disappears on command, and rainbow armor.
Yeah, she got an invisibility
Yeah,
ring.
no,
She
no,
can
no.
make the ring invisible.
So look, that's great for you,
Yep.
but what Martin's actually doing is punishing the rest of the party.
And...
Well, no, basically this is
Hang on. Am I... Where was I heard in this story?
Yeah, this is just to offset the paladin.
Yeah.
You pronounced paladin wrong.
Incorrect. We just got tired of screaming it.
I'd just be worried that you'll lose a lot of your colour.
I've got dyes.
Okay.
So I got this colour in the first place.
I feel like the Venn diagram of things that we say in our party and things that could be mistaken as really racist is a circle.
Yeah, just don't mention any god names.
So yes, come morning you are ready to set off after this
What does
Manticore.
Samir look like?
So Samir doesn't look any different,
twig.
except you can easily see all the feathers of the wings, all
All
the
the
muscles
detail.
show
Clearly
up.
defined.
Yeah, okay.
Everything is so much clearer on her form than beforehand.
Okay.
Almost as if someone's gotten the black text and
The
marked
contrast
everything.
has been turned up on Samir. Okay.
Yeah. The mirror is now overexposed.
Which is where most of the winged elves just choose just air. So by the time they get really powerful, you can barely distinguish the feathers between them, the body, and
So what? They just become a white light
pretty much
Yeah. Just boring.
that's their goal.
to become a wisp.
So boring.
Do you have the will, though? Oh? Will-o-wisp. The joke is will-o-wisp.
Yeah, we got
No,
that.
It's not like we missed it. We're just trying to brush past it.
So is there a way?
Or did you willow-missed it?
chose not
I
to follow
think it just
down the
bobbed
hole.
away.
Yep.
I love having great jokes and being this funny.
Okay, so with the morning, you were each given a a lance from one of the knights.
What am I to do with this?
Hopefully die with it, he says.
Die with it.
He pats you on the shoulder and saying, a glorious death in the service of your master.
This lance is like 6 times my length.
He shrugs and says,
bit of a
in
personal
which case
statement,
then bigger is better.
No, I don't think you're compensating.
Just make sure you grasp it with both hands.
Ha! Penis joke.
He doesn't continue on with caressing, but that was a thought in the back of my mind, which I stopped.
So, who's hunted manticores before?
Nope.
I tend to stick to humans.
If I can electrocute it, it'll be fine.
I kind of think Zal has to deliver the killing blow.
No, Zal just has to return with the quilt.
Okay.
Yeah, that was the deal.
Zal's job is to lead, and because Samir has taken on aspects of it, Samir is also expected to take on some form of leadership. As everyone else is now considered minion.
Come, Flutter. I mean,
Banana.
Banana.
I don't follow orders, by the way.
that's okay.
You just give requests then.
So,
They're not orders.
yeah.
They're guidelines.
Yeah, so stand
guidelines,
right there
actually.
and just do nothing. You'll be the bait.
Hold this piece of meat.
Let me season you nicely.
Yeah. See that big X on the ground? Don't stand there.
Spells it.
Okay. So yes, and if you wish to, they provide a griffin for those of you who can't fly or wish to rest their wings.
Or what if you can't ride a griffin? How the hell do we ride a griffin?
He pats you on the arm again and says, "Good luck, minion."
Okay.
Oh,
Zell's happy to give basic instruction in the morning. This is how you mount the griffin. This is how you hold on. This is how you steer. And good luck.
Yeah,
and cast animal. Speak with animals.
Do you wish to speak to your mount?
Yeah, might as well.
Okay, it looks at you and starts reciting a poem it read.
Okay, cool.
Doesn't sound like a very nice poem. It's about rendering incompetent people to pieces.
Yeah, it sounds like something up his road.
Sounds rather bloodthirsty.
I know a paladin would love to hear that. But unfortunately, he can't understand.
And you can hear all the griffins saying the same poem. It's their
It's their mantra.
including yours. Yours is getting has learned from these guys this mantra, but only when you're listening to Speak with Animals do you hear it.
Zal,
It sounds like screech, that they're all screeching in
yeah.
union.
Zal, I think your mount's getting brainwashed with bloodthirsty poem techniques and things like that.
One of us.
Does mine like being scratched behind the ears?
It does.
Okay. That's about as much as I can do.
Yeah, but then it's probably going. If you stop, I'm going to rip your bloody arms off.
Well, I'll scratch it behind the
I'll
ears.
make sure we have a nice easy flight down with the weather.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully they won't fall off. I mean, there's featherfall available if they try
I
to
don't
die.
have featherfall.
I do.
We actually need this book here.
Yeah, that was one advantage of picking up sorcerer.
Yep, it's a good class. Stop dying.
Okay.
No, I basically took that due to the fact it was I needed some type of magic to pretend that I'm a higher class, not serf, not a slave,
Does come in handy.
and pretending to be a child it can only do so much.
sorcerer with a little bit of ballad.
Okay.
Lots of skills.
So as you fly off and with the prevailing winds,
Bolstering us.
I will give each of you a nature check to see what you remember of manticores.
I don't have nature.
I have everything. Oh, wait.
I presume it's intelligence.
Yeah, no, that's not a good roll for me. 13.
Okay. You know manticores have a body of a lion, humanoid faces, dragon-like wings, spike-tipped tails, and they eat anything that moves preferring humanoids.
I get 1 plus 1. What does that get me?
You got 2.
1 plus 1. 2, yes.
They're related to Pegasus.
So a natural 1.
Naturally.
What do you want to make up about manticores that's not correct?
Oh, manticores. I think they're a humanoid race.
No.
They're a humanoid race.
No,
I've
they're-
heard
they're-
about this.
they're
They
from-
live in the far north of the world.
Yeah, but they're related to Pegasus.
No, they're not related to
Yes,
Pegasus.
they are.
They're
Are you sure it's not a man with a horn growing out of his head, a Manticore?
No, manticore. No, I had a feeling that they were more of the.
He just dropped off the tee.
Yeah. The core.
Man, a core.
Man, a core. I thought
Man,
core
core.
of man. Manatee.
A sea creature that eats men.
Yeah, that's possibly. Yeah. Oh,
No.
they're related to a sea. They're a sea creature.
No, they're not a sea creature. They're an offshoot of Pegasus.
So
that would
what
explain why we're going to hunt them, because they're a sea creature, and Zal's got to demonstrate that he can kill
We're
a
in
sea
the
creature. This is making a lot of sense now.
we're inland. The sea is
Oh, we're flying. We'll get there. We'll get
100
there.
kilometers.
What was your trees?
That's why I'm saying that it's the Pegasus.
So you got a bad roll too. Natural 1.
Actually, I forgot about that. I can re-roll that. I'm a halfling. Need to remember that bloody thing. Yeah, still we've got a 7. No. They're a monstrous lion race thingy that kill things.
They lie to people.
I can keep my eyes open
That's sphinxes.
for merman type creatures. You know that. I think I can tell you a squid sort of thing.
But what about Zal and Koroi?
You said nature, right?
Yep.
22.
Okay, so
Thomas has got it.
Well, it used to be a
Zal
ranger.
does remember the basic details of a manticore, plus that they can fling their spikes on its tail like an archer fires arrows. And no matter how hungry it is, a manticore would rather talk than fight. Peaceful ending a conversation with the manticore, however, requires a silver tongue.
Hey, we got one.
Got 2.
And you do know that there is a variant of them that has adamantine instead of hair as its base component.
So we just need what as basically a quill from its tail. That's
No, I
correct.
thought it was quills plural. wasn't it?
Quills from its dead body.
He said dead body.
He said
Okay.
dead body.
Oh well, we could have persuaded it.
How would they know if it's a dead body?
Because they're taking your word for it, and if you lie, you will basically break your word with them.
Yeah. Well, the other thing is they can also divine it too.
Because it's
Yeah.
part of the test is whether you'll be truthful or not.
I'm just wondering where these spines fit in, because it's a sea creature.
Manatees have them.
Yeah.
Many sea creatures have spines.
Yeah, I know.
And then you have platypuses that have
I'm
spines as well.
Not a humanoid though. I'm sort of thinking like a echinoderm or something.
It's the quills that John West rejects that make John West quills.
Okay.
They just stick with you.
Can somebody roll a dice for me? A D20. Please?
Yeah. 12.
12. 15.
Hey, I got a 12 as well.
Oh, perfect.
Okay. So You do know that. You also know that manticores will fling their spikes like archers do. They can get you at quite a distance with their tails.
Oh. Don't want to have a ranged fight, huh? I can do that.
And they can they use it as a line attack.
Ooh.
Oh, fuck.
So it's not a I pick a target, I pick a direction and hit everything in that direction.
Neat.
Do you know how...
So it would almost be better staying on the mount.
Well,
Staying on
actually,
the move.
basically encircling it instead of coming in one direction.
Or spreading out. I'm just wondering how we're going to dive into the water on this one.
What?
Alright. Let's go find one. Do we need perception to spot it?
Okay, so as you
Did we want to do the sneaky approach, or are we going to do the...
well, you've got screeching griffins with
Okay,
you.
right of the Valkyries.
It's like, let's go stealthy. Screech, screech, screech. And you realise that they're singing their song as they're going.
Oh well, I'll translate it to everybody who doesn't speak.
The moment I hear screech, Roy high.
I'm actually translating, I'm not screeching.
What does Koroi do?
Hide.
Hide on the back of the griffin?
So you're concealing yourself on the griffin.
Yeah, can do.
That's making the noise. Yep, cool. That'll work.
I don't think that is possible. If it is, I'll try that because I'm very good. I'm very good at sneaky stuff.
Okay, so perception rolls.
Oh my god.
Perception.
Why? I have advantage on this.
Natural one.
Because you don't deserve happiness.
I see that.
I can see clearly
I don't see that, actually,
now.
that's the
The
problem.
clouds are gone.
I do not see that. Yeah, the clouds are definitely gone, but
I
still.
got 28.
You got 28.
Oh, hang on. I've got fast sight as well. 1. Awesome. Yeah. All right. Sweet. So my roll with my expertise dice is 14. Oh.
And
Koroi, do you need someone to roll for you?
What did Anton get?
Do I get
yes,
roll
you
even
could
though,
roll
even though
for
I'm
me,
looking
please.
for something different to everyone else?
Yes, you just get
9.
disadvantage.
I get disadvantage, do I? Okay.
You're not looking for the same thing everyone else.
Natural 20 for me, Martin.
Oh, thank God. Someone can see.
You're
Koroi, roll
doing
for
good
me.
well.
It's so nice having a clutch that works.
Okay, I get 20.
2 people see the thing.
No, I'm looking for something different though.
I know you're looking for something. Look for spikes.
Looking for spikes. Okay, I'm looking for spikes. I'm sure we've got this wrong.
And what did Koroi get?
Similar.
You rolled a 9.
Yep, got that.
Alright.
Blindness. By God, blindness.
You got blindness. Well, we told you if you drink that, you go blind.
Keep playing with that kid, you're gonna go blind. I don't. Is it just Dex?
Add just Dex at this stage unless you have bonuses in perception. You can.
It's perception, right.
Oh, it is wisdom. I used wisdom.
Yeah, you can use wisdom for it.
Okay, I use wisdom.
Yeah, so 10. Unless it's Dex.
So 10 is not so bad whatsoever. You're hiding quite well.
Extra medium.
Okay, so Yodri, you see above you to behind you in the air is the Manticore at height, looking down at you.
Above us!
Apparently, he's got the high ground.
Invasion action! Actually, how far away is he?
He is about 50 feet away.
Cool.
That's within range.
Okay. Are we going for initiative?
You've had your initiative.
We've had our initiative?
You've had your initiative.
That was a perception roll, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a perception roll. Okay.
Oh, bugger! I could have used my initiative on to put bonus on instead of my perception, because my initiative bonus is more than my perception.
I'm guessing that it could have had the jump on us, so that's why it was perception.
Oh,
Yeah.
I've also got alert anyway. That's the reason why I got a bloody good perception.
So does it shoot us or what?
Well, Yodri's up first. What does Yodri says is above us.
Above us, I'm taking invasive action and Eldritch Blast it!
Okay, give it an Eldritch Blast.
What did Yodri get on his roll?
I
You
got
got
a
a
28. I rolled an 18. I got a plus 10 to my perception.
Oh, nice.
You have to work out the
Just to make sure the noise was a little.
it's a
Thank you.
22. How many bloody blasts do I get with this one? I think I get 2. No, I get 3.
It depends on your level with the as a warlock. What's your warlock level?
Oh, it's 3 then.
Which means it should only be one blast.
Because I'll normally went through the entire what level my total level is. Okay, yep. So that's 22.
Yes, you need to have a few other things to mix up your levels. So you got a 22. 22 does hit.
Yep.
Because that way it's like I take one level of spellcasting class and then I use it as if I am a full caster the entire time.
I thought I had to have joined spellcasting classes to do that.
There is a joint spellcasting class that allows you to do
the
it.
theurge or the weapon proficiency also lets you.
So it means if you can have the one blast, but the one blast is always treated as the lowest level version.
Okay, that does an impressive 5 points of damage. Woo! He's lit up.
Okay, you have got his attention.
Okay, I've got his attention. You get him now.
You're an idiot. How far away is it?
50
It
feet.
is 50 feet. And now that he has his attention, it fires.
Yep.
You're an asshole.
So you see a whole spiral of darts come flying down, and each of you gets to make a dexterity saving throw with disadvantage because you're on a flying creature and not controlling your own movement, but you get to have advantage because you're not on the flying creature.
What? Oh, okay.
I'm on my own wings.
So with a disadvantage, dexterity save,
With
disadvantage.
disadvantage, yes.
That sucks. I would have had a 27.
Do I have to have disadvantage not because I've trained on the griffin?
You do because it's a lot harder to. Your responses are slower on the griffin than it is normally.
Okay.
And you haven't acted yet, so you're still partly surprised.
15.
So
I got a 17.
okay, so the two of you manage to dodge out of the way as these gleaming bolts go flying past.
Gleaming.
Yep.
Oh, great. You happen to get the adamantium one.
Would it ever
Can
be otherwise?
somebody roll a dice for me, please? So D20 preferably.
With disadvantage for Corey.
That's a 1.
Yep, that's a 1.
What is this? I'm mimicking you. Yeah,
yeah, look,
so the world is against you.
Could I possibly use an acrobatics check to not fall off the griffin?
Well, you won't be falling off the griffin.
Getting stapled to it.
Yep.
Oh. Well, okay. I'll take it.
Okay, so actually pull out damage dice. I don't do that very often.
Okay, that's 20 times. Oh, that is.
There's one of the D10s, and there's the other D10. So it does a hold. So that's 13.
If I remember correctly, it's the it's not the first damage. I think aren't they poisonous as well or something like that?
You're not sure. You
Really
of course they're
hoping my legs
they're all
get
birds.
pinned, not my
Okay.
arms.
So, Koroi gets hit for 25 points of piercing damage and finds his limbs
Oh.
start to smoke.
Wow.
Did you say legs?
Uh, wherever you're hit, it starts to smoke.
Do we all
I'll
suffer
take
the
legs.
No.
So what did you get?
same? Well, the disadvantage really kicks me.
It does. That's the point of disadvantage.
I got to 4.
You got the 4. Was that a natural one?
No. It's a
Okay.
natural 2.
Natural 2. Okay, so you also take 25 points of damage
Yeah, okay.
as you're pinned by the silvery pennant. And you realise that your Griffin has also taken the same damage.
Okay, and how was Griffin?
Griffin's not happy.
I didn't think so.
But at least he won't be able to shake you off now because you're stuck to him.
Okay.
How well did M get?
I got 15.
You got 15. Okay, you managed to veer out of the line of fire.
Fantastic.
Wasn't a difficult check, but it was enough that if you missed it, it hurt.
I also rolled really low on that one. Well, plus disadvantage didn't help, but
Okay, so Koroi has 6 of the quill stuck in him.
Mm-hmm.
We're bringing them back home.
And Anton has 4.
Well, so we just now to kill it.
What level are we, by the way?
You are level 11. Okay, so you will take the amount of damage each round as quills you have in you at the start of your turn,
Okay.
as ongoing bleed damage.
Oh, I'm getting bled. Oh.
Okay, so it is now M's turn. What does M wish to do?
We need to start patching people up
so he's 50 feet away, did you
50,
say?
50 feet above you.
Oh, above me.
He has taken the high ground.
Pardon?
He has taken the high ground.
You're taking the high ground.
Don't try that again.
Apparently.
How did that not get out?
I am going to multicast a cantrip. So I'll do 2 cantrips this round.
Yep.
I am going to use Firebolt, and I will then use Ray of Frost, and see which one does more damage.
Okay.
By chance, the Manticore's has some item on him?
Well, he is still far enough above you that you can't see very well. Okay, so your griffin can only fly up 15 feet towards it as a move. Oh, sorry, 40 feet towards it as a move, so you can pretty much close on it. It's half speed going straight up.
Okay. That's fine. Both of those magic spells are within range.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know whether it's better to be closer or further away from the Manticore. I would
Okay.
presume being further away gives us a bit more of an advantage on
It
avoiding
does.
the spike. So this thing is flying, is it?
It is flying, yes.
Great.
Okay.
It wouldn't be a fair test of your skill as a Feathergale Knight if it was on the ground.
Roy urges you to move further away from it.
I am going to use my moves and then probably move away. But I will do my skills first. So Firebolt. is a 19 to hit.
A 19 hits the Manticore.
19 hits the Manticore. It is 3d10. Let me.
Okay. Can tentacles fly?
Depends on if you consider falling after they've been chopped off flight.
No. I'm just because it's Eldritch thing.
They could do anything.
It doesn't actually state that it needs to be on the ground.
Which one's this one?
Tentacles of the depths. Actually, it might only be just been abbreviated. Here we go. Because this is definitely going to LucasArts if it's able to do that. Day of the Tentacle.
So, Em, your firebolt.
My firebolt does 11 points of damage.
Okay, so you do hit it with your fire. And what about your other one?
Sorry, I just realized the Star Wars app has put the minus button for the there we go. It's right under the dynamic island on the iPhone. So it makes it very difficult to.
I love it when you have to push on like the camera section to get to things.
Yeah, they clearly haven't updated the app for the new iPhone, considering it's been out for a year, and the dynamic island is not going to go anywhere. Yes. Sorry. So I rolled a 17.
That also
so
hits.
plus 12 is 29 hit.
It does hit.
And rate of frost is 3d8. 3. And that is a. That is a total of 20.
Okay, so that is 20 more damage on it, and you also slow it down. Not sure if you know that part of Ray of Frost.
You reduce the speed by 10 feet.
Oh, and its speed is reduced by 10 feet. Yeah, cool. Nice.
So, from your perspective, it's probably the better attack is reducing its effectiveness. And plus hitting it with fire and water on the same turn. Well, I'm sure that's impressive in its own right.
I was just hoping if it had a weakness or a strength, I could figure which one of those out and then just concentrate on that. So I'll probably concentrate on Ray of Frost.
Did not seem to be its weakness.
Not its weakness?
Did not appear to be its weakness.
Either the fire or the water, but they still damaged it,
They
right?
still damaged it, yes.
Yes, cool. That's fine.
Okay, so we're up to Anton, and after Zal moves a bit further away to gain some space between him and other characters.
How is my griffin reacting to the fact that it's just been nailed by these squills?
Okay,
I
so
take 4 points of damage, and
from the Griffin's perspective, he has almost been bloodied.
okay. But I was sort of thinking,
Well,
is
technically
it
he's bloodied
angered,
now.
scared, whatever?
It's technically bloodied now because it's also got the quills in it.
Okay.
So it's unhappy and trying to flee.
trying to flee, is it? Okay, well, there's not much I can do about that.
Well, you're still in control. It's not taking control from you.
Okay, that's fine. Well, I was hoping to go fly toward it, but if we want to fly away, that's what it wants to do. Before it flies away, though, is the Manticore, this creature that people are calling a Manticore, but I'm still sceptical about whether or not it really is a Manticore.
It could be a flying sea creature.
It could be. It's a flying something. Is it bloodied or anything like bloodied?
Hard to tell from this distance, but you do have parts of it in you.
You have parts of it. Okay, all right. It's causing problems. I'm going to try a spell rather than a cantrip. Hold monster. It needs a wisdom save.
Okay. So,
does that prevent it from flying now?
well, if you take hold of its ability to do stuff, it will plummet.
Well,
It's plummeting chicken.
it depends on what it rolls. It's got a DC's 18.
Oh shit!
Okay, so you see it just locks up.
Okay, all right,
And then puts out a little sign saying,
all right. Hopefully that will.
"How high up are we?"
You're probably about 200-300 feet up.
How long does Featherfall last? Does that cover the duration of if I actually was knocked off at this height?
Yeah.
Okay, so then it is its turn. It starts to plummet. Technically, it could plummet the entire distance in one round, I believe. Let me look up plummeting rules.
I think it gets a saving throw at the end of the round.
Yeah, that doesn't help if it's within its fall distance.
End of each of its turn and makes another saving throw. Yeah.
Well, it's
Falling 420.
definitely out of range of all my stuff.
Well, it just nailed me, and you.
No, miss me.
Yeah, who did I nail? Oh, it's somebody nailed, wasn't it?
Koroi.
Koroi was nailed.
Featherfall lasts for a minute, by the way. So
Oh, okay, cool. I thought it was
Sorry,
for some strange
what?
reason, I thought it was like a round.
No.
We just cast Hold Monster on the Manticore.
Okay.
The creature that people are calling a Manticore, but I'm still sceptical about.
Let's see if I go.
It'd be great if it lands in a wooded area. For me. Blow it all up.
Okay, so you watch it just it just seize up and then just fall and hit rocks below.
Ooh.
And smear down the mountainside.
Is it dead?
Smear down the mountainside. Jesus.
With parts of its limbs sticking up along its spear path.
Well, you,
I like how you asked, is it dead? It's barely even recognizable.
well, hopefully there's some things you can claim, Zal, or we can go look for a proper Manticore.
Well.
And
Okay.
yes, you're out of combat.
Yeah, well, okay. Don't piss off the Warlock.
Well,
Especially when we were flying.
You get held.
Well, technically, it took 20d6 damage.
okay.
Oh. I mean,
I've got to remove some quills.
Well, it doesn't have any reduction on
Yep.
its fall because it was not controlling it.
The only way it could get out of it if it happened to be of a barbarian specialization.
Well, it would have to wait until end of its turn to get out of most of it. So what was that there, David?
A very long time ago, I played a warlock, and it had that knockback.
On the
Eldritch
Eldritch Blast, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Knocking people
And,
off the cliff.
The big bad end guy was a giant spider that was precariously held off an edge, and one shot kill. Well, I knocked it off the wall, and it fell to its doom.
So if
Yeah.
you have the tools, there's nothing wrong with using them. Just that you probably
Nah.
want rest before you finish the rest of the trials.
Yeah. I'd like to rest because I took a lot
Well,
of damage.
we need to patch you up.
Healing's something I don't have.
Because Zal needs to heal 4 things.
I can do that. I would prefer to do that on land. So
Yeah, well,
I
we
will
have to
go
land to get-
near
yeah, we have to
my
land.
Manticore,
Yeah, so we have
get
to
what
land
we
to get
need,
more bits.
and heal people.
So it takes you 3 rounds to land, and
Yep.
so Anton takes another 12 damage.
Can I try and remove some quills? I'll have to wait till I get to the ground, do I?
Sure, you can, but that's going to be requiring a saving.
I'll take 12 damage. If there's anything about rolling dice on the back of a griffin,
And of course, you'll be yanking yourself free of the griffin at the same time.
yeah, okay. I'll just take 12 damage then.
Because I also need to heal the griffins as well.
Yep. Roy ends up taking 18 damage from that.
I get to do false life for free. So each round I'll cast false life and take the damage out of the false life rather than out of me.
Live longer, splurt. Live longer, splurt.
If you got
Don't
that
wanna
as
die,
your
don't wanna die.
It's a freebie.
freebie that you can constant.
Yeah,
Yeah, I've got was it Devil Sight and
yeah. Devil Sight and false life. Yeah, I got that.
Okay, so
Sight
yes,
and,
you make it down to the ground, and we'll finish the session
The
with
sky
you
itself.
going up to what remains of the Manticore, realizing that the only spikes you have are in your party members.
yeah.
Well, that's 4.
No, that's
10.
10.
That's alright.
Well, plus side, at least we got the spikes.
4 spikes, and it's dead.
But you're unable to take the spikes from the dead body.
Why is that?
That was the quest.
Wait,
So
can
how
we
could-
find part of the dead body, stick the spikes in it, then take them back out?
You can, but it's all about how you go about the quest.
Okay, so we have to.
Telling your tale of the quest.
Okay, new plan. We go look for another Manticore, cast Hold Monster on it, then go and get the spikes. If that doesn't work, we'll then have to rest again because you've used up your
Hopefully,
spell.
it's not flying.
I mean,
Well, no, it,
Yes,
to be
David?
fair, I can throw 20d6 damage at
before
it.
the episode ends, Karoi looks to Drazzle, who probably is just peering through an interdimensional pocket, and says, "Can we
Backwards.
just rewind till before he fell to his doom?"
what?
Actually, I could quite understand why we haven't succeeded, but anyway.
No. The
Because
thing is, we have to remove
tail.
the quills after it's dead,
From
not
its
while-
dead body.
Not while it's still alive. We didn't remove the quills; it fired it at us.
Oh, so
Was
it had no
was
quills.
that the
It had
only
no
quill
quills
it
left.
had?
Is that what it is?
Well, the body is so mangled, there are no quills attached to it anymore.
Okay, can we do a scavenger hunt for looking for quills? I'm good at that.
Karoi just nods at Drazzle and says, "Just as it's falling, if you could, like just as it starts falling, let's just rewind to there. It'll be fun."
And we'll find out next session.
Load the quick save file and
So,
Pretty much.
we have to
I have-
actually
Guys,
not.
if I don't make it to the next session, I have 2 words for you that I will leave as my forever legacy, and those words are Featherfall.
correct. I've got it set aside, waiting.
So we have to kill it without it falling.
Or using up all its quills.
I was just
It
gonna.
does only have 10, does it?
No, it has 4 volleys normally.
I was gonna try to kill it that round.
Guys, no,
Well,
think about
I
it.
was gonna blow its brains
Featherfall.
out, but
While it's held, so that it's held and Featherfall, pick some quills out and then let it fall to its death.
it's not out of its dead body. It's not dead when you pluck the quills.
Well, figure it out, kill it while it's held
That's why I'm
and falling.
The quills will be fine.
Just figure it out.
All good. So
Well, I mean, I didn't really expect for that to happen. So, and I also didn't expect the body to be that mangled.
Smear across
Obviously,
the
falling
side.
200 feet onto a
The
shitty
thing is,
cliff face will do that
if we
to you,
keep
so-
shooting it, we'd have got the same result.
well, it fell about 250, 300 feet. Maximum it can fall for damage is 200.
Yeah.
It just plummeted because it went with the wind.
Yeah,
Wind help it go down.
that's also the other reason why you use nets.
Okay, so I'm going to go
gonna
under
use
end credits
Fairy
now.
floss. The other option.